Hi, guys. We're back. We had a guest booked, but it didn't work out. They got sick.
Rip.
Rest in peace to our guest.
Yep.
You know who you are.
Bless up.
They will be back.
Heck yeah.
Cool. And Harry.
Hello.
Shan.
Yeah.
Any housekeeping?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's another Six-Pack Podcast episode. Hell yeah. We survived.
is
We
indeed.
survived another 2 weeks.
We are here.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything.
Episode what, Harry?
17 of the Six-Pack Podcast, but episode 39. 38 of Natural Six. That's going to be 39 next time.
Well saved.
This.
Well
there you
saved.
go. I got it. I'm not losing my moderator privileges just
Not just yet.
today.
Not just yet.
Yeah,
You were
yeah,
close,
not
but
yet.
I was
yeah,
close.
Not just yet. Cool. Yes, we will be guested next time.
Mm-hmm.
There are evil plans afoot for guests.
I want to say our guest did write a prediction for the next episode. So
they did, and we can reveal it during the prediction.
Is there any
section,
reason
shall
why
we?
we're keeping them anonymous? I'm forgetting this.
There's no reason why we're keeping Jazzy anonymous. No,
Yeah, I think we should just keep Jazzy like anonymous just for like the fun factor.
just for the
Well, we already said the name, so
Yeah, it's the code name.
code name.
Can't really keep it anonymous if you say their name.
Yeah, no, it's a code name though. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
No one will know.
All right.
It could be a
Right.
double bluff.
Okay.
It could be. It could be. Episode 16 of our wee little podcast. Are there any comments that you guys would like to shout out? I know there were several
I didn't
comments
look.
about our educating the masses on home run ball catching
That's what I'm here to do, you know.
etiquette, I guess.
Oh yeah. Wait, that was 2 weeks ago.
Yes,
oh
it
my
was.
gosh, I thought that happened last week. What the heck? Oh,
2 weeks
that's
ago.
wild. That's crazy.
Yep. Time's a flying, Harry.
I can't believe that.
Let's take a quick boo.
I mean, I don't think. Yeah, here's the thing. I don't think any more like insane incidents like that have happened since.
No.
There have been other insane incidents, but we won't discuss those here.
No. But yeah, in terms of like the sports related ball etiquette incidents. No.
Yeah,
Has
ball
there?
etiquette, but
Ball etiquette?
yeah, no, nothing crazy. But like the Eagles had an absolutely wacky, unreal end to their game on Sunday. Rip
Oh, so
Kenneth.
what
Sorry,
happened to
Kenneth.
them?
Shannon
yes.
and Kenneth were head to head on Sunday night.
So yeah, Sunday afternoon, night for you
Yes,
guys.
night UK 6
It
p.m.
was-
UK kickoff.
we had a reasonable. It was like because it was 1. Yeah, we had a reasonable game this week. So they played horribly, absolutely trash for the first half. The Eagles. There was it was just terrible. They'd only moved the ball like 35 yards or whatever. It was something crazy, something low, insane numbers. And the Rams were looking great. Like they were up by multiple scores. It was like 20 something. Yeah, it was like 21 or something like that. 21 or 26 to 9.
I think when I switched it on, it was 24-16. That was in the third quarter.
Yeah, so the first half terrible. Second half starts. All of a sudden they start playing really good, playing great. And it was crazy to the point where it's 27-26 and there's 26-27. Rams were down 1. And they had the final possession, which typically means, barring anything insane, they're probably going to win the game because they had plenty of time. And they looked like they were gonna. Now, earlier in the game, two of our defensive linemen, their names are Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, big guys, managed to block a field goal. It was a field goal kick. Crazy stuff. Doesn't happen a lot, but it did. But it looked like it's because the kick was a little wonky. Like, it looked like it was a total fluke, but we took it. So the Rams can't make it to the end zone, which is how you score more points. So they decide to go for a field goal kick. If they make it, it's over. Okay? Over. And they weren't very far. They were within field goal range. So, like, by all accounts, it was over.
Yeah, they put the ball down. Boom. You win.
Yeah.
Did they forget to put the ball down?
No. Jordan blocked the kick again.
They blocked the
Somehow.
kick again.
And then there was a fumble for the ball. The Eagles got it back, ran it all the way across the field, and scored a last-second touchdown to win the game.
Wow.
I couldn't stop. Like, I was having a physical reaction, and I couldn't stop screaming and laughing because I was ready to take the L. Like, I was like, it's over. They lost. Like, it'd be great if they don't make the kick. Or I was hoping he would miss the kick. Okay. Not that it would get blocked again. And I literally, like, could not believe it. I was, like, screaming. I have a video of my immediate reaction afterwards. Not, like, the reaction, because obviously I didn't know it was going to happen, so I didn't film it. But my friend lived outside the media market and couldn't watch the game. The United States is so big, and there are so many things going on that sometimes a city you live in doesn't get a particular game. And my friend moved to New York, so she doesn't always get the Philly games. She always gets New York games, unless it's like a big game. Yeah, and so she didn't get the game, so I was sending her, like, here's what happened. This is crazy. Look at this. Ha, ha, ha. And all I said to her was, Nia, they blocked it again. And she's like, what? I was like, they blocked it again and ran it back for a touchdown. So I have a video of my immediate reaction. It's really funny because you can just tell that I cannot hold back the vocal things that, like, the screaming and the laughing, because I interrupt my own sentences with screaming and laughing. But yeah, I felt kind of bad, but I felt like at the same time, it was like we both had a really bad and a really good half. I didn't expect the Eagles to win that game. I actually stopped and got gas on my way home from work. So I was like, I don't want to watch this. This is torture. And then they came back and won, and I felt kind of bad for Kenneth. And you know, it's kind of funny because for years the Kansas City Chiefs had, like, plot armor. Like, the refs let them get away with everything. They still let Patrick Mahomes do whatever he wants for some reason, but they let him get away with everything. Now, we're a team that doesn't get away with everything, but it certainly feels like we have plot armor now, because we should not have won that game. That was crazy. But they did, and I'm proud of them. Nervous about it, because I feel like they're going to lose eventually. But what's crazy is, like, my quarterback has only lost, like, he's won 17 straight in games that he has played, like, the entire game or something like that. Like, he's lost 10 games in his entire career, and he's been playing here since, like, what, 2019 or 2020?
Dang.
Something like
That's
that.
a ratio. That's a good ratio.
He's only lost 10 games. So, like, in games that he's started and play, like, in games he's played the complete game, I think he's won 17 in a row. And it's crazy. He's so talented, but, like, nobody sees it. And I'm really hoping, even if we don't win the Super Bowl, I would think it's a win if they finally admit that Jalen Hurts is good at his job. He's only lost 10 games. That's pretty crazy. In, like, as many years as he's played here, to only lose 10 games, that's, I don't know. But yeah, that was a pretty crazy game. I'll have to find you the video of the kick and the touchdown because it's really funny to watch. Like, apparently Davis is the biggest guy to run like as far as he did to score a touchdown. I don't know why they had to tell me that. They were telling me how fast he was running. I'm like, why? Because he's big?
Because he's big.
Because he's 300 pounds. Yeah, but it was cool. It was fun. So that was my Sunday.
Sounds awesome. I do have one minor follow-up question.
Sure.
Like, how do they find the good players?
Okay.
I mean, in
like,
teams.
Before
Like, is it like
they
a chess
start,
elo
or...
system? I don't know, because like in chess you got like the elo system. But obviously that like doesn't work in a team sport.
Yeah.
How does it work?
It kind of does in the NFL.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There are rankings for the college players,
Mm-hmm.
Harry, which is kind of similar to the ELO system. They make the players go through what's called the combine, where they basically make them do a whole bunch of the same things for their various different positions.
Can I just
And
say
they
the
literally
Combine
rank
is the most
them.
ominous
Running
name you
and-
could have given it.
The combine?
Yeah, it's the
Yep.
most ominous name that could have been given to it.
And
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
they
that's-
literally rank them, and that's usually an indication of how highly they'll be drafted.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the case of socialism working in North America. It only works in sports.
It only works in sports.
So usually the team that finishes last is the one to get the pick of the best player, or the best young player, effectively. And that is true for all of the
All
North
of them,
American
yep.
sports, basically.
Yep.
They all have slightly different rules, but that's basically it. Yep.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, the
I've
first
learned so
like
much about
2 or 3
sports.
spots go to like the worst teams.
Yeah.
The
And of
teams
course
with the worst records.
they can trade those spots
They can trade
away
them,
for other people to do things, etc. But I digress because this is not the Eagles or North American Sports podcast. This is the Natural Six.
But it will come up
Pack
again. It's in my notes.
podcast. I'm sure Shan will once again tell us more things about the Eagles.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need to talk about the Eagles anymore
I'm
because
sorry.
that was it.
you
I'm
have
sorry
done.
that like
You've done
we
it.
keep derailing this podcast into being a really interesting like big beginner learns about American
Well,
sports
listen.
podcast.
Yeah.
Listen, as someone who kind of has a foot in quote both worlds as it is, because people seem to think for some reason in 2025 that you can't like both. Philly is one of those places where people who wouldn't like sports still like sports because it's in our culture. It's a part
Yeah.
of Philadelphia culture. But like I've had to grow up kind of hearing it from both sides, and it gets kind of annoying after a while. So it's kind of nice to have someone who actually wants to learn stuff instead of just going like, "Yay, sports ball." 'Cause it's like I can only hear that joke so many times before it's like it's not funny anymore. And it's like some people do like both, and like, yeah, great, you're not interested, but it's like, you know what? Like it's still it's a part of my life. It's a part of, the person I am, the person I was raised to be. And it's nice to have somebody actually want to hear about it instead of just like almost mocking me for having any interest in it. Because some people still think it's highbrow to not like sports. And I think you all like your own version of sports. You just don't call it that. So people watch esports. It has sports in the name, gang. But yeah, so it's one of my special interests.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It is a special interest of many people, in fact, including 2 of our Natural Six cast members who
This is
are
the
big
best segue you've
into
ever done. Holy fuck.
big into football, and I will not describe their teams.
It's risky. Don't even do it. Don't bother.
It's not a good deal. It's not a good plan.
Don't do it. They'll find out. They'll find out somehow.
News.
Any news?
We have, I'm going to go to in the lovely September update. We have received our redacted video. We will talk about the redacted video specifically here in a
lordy.
second.
Yeah.
But we have some more redacted videos coming and merch drop stuff. Anything else in particular we need to discuss?
As far as I can see, but like, there's a second redacted announcement video. What
There
does that mean?
is.
I believe Holly. Somebody said it's brand related, not merch related.
I guess we will.
I forget
find
who
out.
said it, but I saw like even if Holly didn't say it, I saw her like reply to it, like respond to it, and that seemed to be the case. So like it's a natural six thing, not just a take this small child thing. You know what I mean?
Aha.
Give us some monies for this, please.
There are no spoilers on the news.
Oh, it's almost. I don't know what it could be. I don't know what it could be. I'm
When
not
is
doing
it?
well
It's
with my
this
guesses
week,
at the
right?
minute, so I'm not
Friday?
even gonna guess.
20,
Friday.
It's
25th
Friday.
is Friday, right?
25th is Thursday.
25th Thursday, sorry.
Well, wait. So
25th is the Vine.
yeah, so that must be something different too, because that's Patreon exclusive. So that can't just be a merch drop, can it? Merch drop. Were those Patreon exclusive before?
The deep dives?
Yeah, like the merch deep dives.
No,
That might be something new then. Never mind. So
that might be
Pass.
something.
the 26th may be merch related. It may not be. It may be brand related, but that 25th is definitely something different.
We haven't been doing our proper homework here because I think it literally
No, because
says
I distinctly remember the
in the vinyl video.
the redacted announcement video.
Okay,
They said
I didn't
like,
finish watching it because I was at work.
Let's pivot to the vinyl then.
Yeah.
we gotta talk about it.
Yeah,
We
because I
gotta
didn't get to
talk
finish
about it.
watching it because some people were at work when the video was dropped and couldn't watch it. I looked at Harry's beautiful face for a few minutes, and then was like, "I have to go back to work. My break is over."
The video itself is not that long.
No.
Let me just bring it up here. And we're going to not listen to Harry, which I have.
Oh,
muted.
sorry, Harry. Actually, you know
okay.
what? I'm not
That's the-
sorry because he lied to me.
Okay, so the album interview will be on the 9th.
Yeah,
Okay.
And I guess that's Patreon only, so that's the 9th.
yeah.
that is a Patreon exclusive. This the plot goes deeper. The plot goes
Yeah, that's
deeper.
October. That's not even September.
Yeah, so maybe they had to push it back. I don't know.
Unless there's something
Merch
different.
Drop 3 will be announced on the, or I guess that's when the drop's going to happen.
That's when the
right?
drop is, yes, November 7th, right
And
before
of
my
course
birthday.
we'll have all these goodies.
Notably, not on my birthday.
So maybe the
but right before.
parts of the interview. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Shannon, as the resident of, I believe, vinyl aficionado
I do have some vinyl.
here, what do we think? What do we think about this?
I think it's beautiful. I didn't listen to like I said, I didn't finish the video because I was at work when it dropped, and then I kind of, you come home from work, nothing exists. You forget anything you were going to do when you got home. And I've had to be up early 6 days in a row. But I think the vinyl itself is beautiful. I think it's a beautiful shade of blue. I want one. I want one. They are limited
I
though.
will get the image.
Yeah, pull up the picture. I want people to see it.
I'm trying to help you on that as well. Are you trying to find it in the video? Because I can get you the photo.
No, I'm just gonna grab the one from the.
Yeah,
thumbnail.
and the cover is like the actual like
grab the
case
one
is
from Discord.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's lovely.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I
Very
want
good.
one.
very, very good.
I'm torn on it, personally. Because it will just I don't have a turntable, so it would
Yeah.
Me neither.
literally,
That's the problem.
I mean,
So-
they do sell those frames where you can hang up. I've seen like people hang up their
that's a
records.
good idea. That's a good idea.
You still have to get me one though. Not you, but like you. You have to get me one.
You, the character.
plural.
Somebody's getting me one.
Someone. Yeah, I mean,
I'm waiting till closer to October to figure that, or closer to
Maybe
MCM to
I'll-
figure that out.
yeah, maybe I will be so enamored with it when
Yeah, like
can
see it with your eyeballs. Yeah.
Yep.
Because they're limited too. So like you do have to decide. You're better off deciding at MCM than on
Yeah,
merch
only
drop day.
300, I guess, in total.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
cool.
Is that the same number of jackets from last time?
No, it was 100 jackets, I believe.
Boy. Hmm.
It was definitely lower than the record. I don't remember how many jackets, but it was
Yeah.
lower than the record.
Yeah, it's very cool. Obviously, it's also going to be out basically digitally. So
Yes, you can buy it
You'll be able to
digitally.
buy
You
it
cannot
digitally.
stream it, but you can buy it.
Yes. Yeah, which is good because honestly, like, I don't really use the Spotify's or the YouTube Musics. Like, if there's anything that I use, I mostly use like Bandcamp, which is normally kind of like the old school iTunes approach. I guess call it.
Into your indie music, just like your indie
I try
games,
to be.
Harry?
I'm also
do like
I
a
try to be.
Bandcamp.
Do not quiz me on it though. I try to be. Don't quiz me on it though, because half of it is game OSTs.
Listen,
Unfortunately.
I'll be gentle.
I've bought all my so the band God, is it Joey Beatty who plays Jaskier on the Witcher show? I've bought all of his and his partner's records, like all their albums, on Bandcamp so that they get my money. Because they put it there first. And because I liked their earlier stuff, I was like, yeah, I'll just buy it from you direct. So I've just been buying all their albums there. So I know some Bandcamp. I know some Bandcamp.
Yeah, I try to buy physical CDs if I can.
Same. I actually just ordered a My Chemical Romance vinyl and CD to my house because I still prefer physical media. So.
Yep. Yeah. So that's kind of it. We got some
very
stuff
happy
coming
about the
out.
vinyl. I'm very happy about this music though because like, yeah, some of it obviously debuted in the new episode.
Yes.
Some of it debuted in the new episode, which was fun, and also it's just like awesome. That
Stressful.
we get the Harry McIntyre music to go free with your D&D sessions. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm sitting here as a guy who likes I'm the guy who DJs the D&D music session for the sessions in the YouTube Watch Together playlist.
So yes,
Cracking this loud.
I agree completely. I played our regular group, and maybe we can. I'll save it. I'll save it for what I've been doing lately.
Brilliant.
Any other news, guys? Cast news. I admit to not finding out what Alex is in.
Oh,
That was kind of teased.
I forgot to try and figure out, but
Alex
Hades
was
2 is out this week. Don't forget.
Hades 2 is
Yeah.
out I guess Thursday, 25th.
Yeah.
With Mr. Benjamin Starr
Ben Methius.
Yeah.
and
Oh, and Tactics
Tactics.
is within the next week. It'll be out by the time we meet again. So
It will. I will
it's
be
Mr. McIntyre and Mr. Starr.
I will be well
I
and
I
truly
need to
in.
pre-order it. I need to pre-order it because I said
I
I
will
was
be
gonna
in.
play it.
I'll be well and truly
McIntyre
in.
v Star, who wins? That's gonna really be the friggin' debate.
Yep. Cool. I think that's our news and cast news.
I think so. It's all just mysterious. It's been a mysterious month, September.
Yeah, it has. It has been.
Spooky,
So,
pre-spooky,
doing
spooky month.
lately, guys.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I mean, do you want to start off first with your you wanted to segue into it with some regular
Game related stuff.
business.
Yeah. So our group playing Vampire the Masquerade was back on the weekend, which was cool. And I used some Alien Earth background music, which is, if you're in spooky vibes,
Spooky.
it is excellent. I recommend it. What else? I finished Hell Is Us. Can recommend. Combat's a bit janky, but story's reasonable, pretty good. Very, really, if you're into kind of puzzles and not too much hand holding for finding some backstory, it's pretty good. So enjoyed that. And I've been playing some other indie stuff that I can't talk about, or at least not yet. And we had a meetup in London on episode night, which you guys will have seen already, the photo of us from the... So we had a great meetup. There were 5 of us. We were supposed to all go to Harry's D&D show, but lots of us had trains and accommodation booked, so we did a meetup in London, which was cool. And we've got one indie thing that I can talk about, which I'll bring up on the screen share now, is a little sort of classic RPG called Quartet. Recommend it. It's about 25, 30 hours or so.
Nice.
Small team, very sort of Final Fantasy VI kind of vibe. Fun. Works well with controller, the whole bit. So yeah, can recommend. Small studio. And last but not least, I found it, guys.
You found the disc?
I found the disc.
He found the disc.
Oh,
Look at it.
Oh my gosh, nice.
I found the disc.
Memory.
Have found it. You have found the Final Fantasy Tactics.
I no longer have a PS1, but
right.
this
I
is
was
back in
gonna
the
say.
day. Back in the days, guys. If you look at the disc, it literally says on it that you can call the 1-800 number to get tips.
Yep.
Get tips.
Yeah,
I mean, what
Yeah,
kind of
get
tips do you get
tips.
from it? Like actual game tips?
Wait, do
actual
they play?
game tips. Yeah.
Do they play on a PS2?
Uh,
I don't remember if
Good
they do.
question.
I think
Because
PS1 is
if
compatible
you
with
ever end
PS2.
up over here, I have a PS2.
I think I also have a PS2 in a
Okay, good,
in a
good,
box
good.
somewhere. Shan,
I think
but-
I can confirm that it is, because I remember I had like a PlayStation 2 and I played Lego Racers. Like the classic Lego Racers that I believe was for the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, so then if you can, there you go. You can play it on your PS2.
Brilliant. Yeah, you know what would be funny? I mean, like, are they doing any
apparently.
physical releases?
So
for
apparently
the-
you can. Apparently you
Right.
can.
There we
Hey.
go. See, aren't you glad that I remember backwards compatibility?
So I don't know
Try it.
what I don't know what display I would actually plug in to the PS2.
Right. Well, yeah.
I'd have to figure some stuff out.
A TV, perhaps. A television.
Yeah, but
Does anything have the
Does-
red, white, yellow?
yeah, that'd be the problem.
My TVs still have red, white, yellow.
I'd have to figure it out. Possibly, Shan. Possibly.
Find
I
an
might
old
I might
TV
have to like,
somewhere.
in order to play it, I might have to like hook it up to a capture card and then have the
Yeah.
capture card replay by the PC or
there's
whatever.
They gotta have adapters
yeah.
for that.
I mean, I'm sure that it's one of these, like, I'm sure it's a solvable problem. It's the
Yeah.
question is, do I want to spend £100 to to play the game?
No,
gonna
I just
say-
mean there might be a wire or something, like just a wire.
That probably is. Do you know if
I'm sure there's.
do you know if the new Final Fantasy Tactics remake is getting like any physical like?
I
you
thought that it was
I
going
think
to be
it is.
physical
Good.
on. I mean, and don't quote me on this, but
Because
I'm
I got
gonna-
a really funny idea. If you want to get like all of the, I don't know, like what's important. I don't know. If you want like all the, I don't know, Reddit gold, I guess. If you care about Reddit gold, or like general social media bucks. You can like absolutely farm by, I think, get a physical, like you've got your physical copy of Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yep.
Get a copy of the remake, and then stick the remake disc copy in the PlayStation 1 like case, and then just like upload that as like a funny like photo or whatever. You are farming that, like, you know, social media. You would farm
there is
social
a
media
physical. I'm on their website right now, and you can choose like the like you pick what country you're in, and then you can choose your retailer.
Heck yeah.
So you can get it. It looks like you can get it on.
It's PlayStation and Switch.
Is it? I would expect the Switch version to be.
What I might do is get it for my Switch physically, but then get it for my play it on my PC, because it feels like something I'll want to play on my Nintendo, not my PlayStation.
Yeah, I think the only thing you got to watch out for there, Shan, is it might be Switch 2 only.
No, it says Nintendo. Hold on, it just says Switch. Doesn't say Switch 2.
Okay.
And you're probably
Amazon
fine.
exclusive. What does that mean?
So there's definitely a physical version, at least. Yeah, for PS5 and Switch, at least on the UK Amazon store, there's physical versions for both.
Yeah, it says if you own the Nintendo Switch in physical format, software in physical format, you can play the Nintendo Switch 2 edition by downloading only the upgrade pack. So there you go. You just need to own it for the Switch.
So it's forward compatible, basically.
Yeah, I might get it for my Switch and then for my PC, rather than, because I normally do PS5. But I feel like for Tactics, I can get away with just playing it on my Switch, to be honest. I feel like it's something I'd rather play on my Switch and my PC than on my PS5.
Yeah, I'll have to decide whether I end up double dipping and buying it on more than one thing.
I just like to have a physical, so that way no matter what happens, your girl's got it. Your girl has the game.
Yep, definitely. And Switch is probably the best place to do that.
That's why I think I'm just gonna get it on Switch, because then if I ever get a Switch 2, which is not in the cards right now, I can upgrade it, because I think one day I'd maybe like to have a Steam Deck. So like, if I have it on my PC, it might not matter, and I can just stick to my Switch. But yeah, I think I'd rather have it on my Switch than my PS5 at this point.
Yep. So yeah, that's me.
We're the Final Fantasy Tactics podcast.
Yeah, we're the Tactics podcast now.
I'm sitting there being like, boy, I can't wait to beat Simon I can't wait to beat Simon.
I still haven't beaten Simon. It's fine.
That's
fine.
that's where,
fine.
That's where any of my financial occupation
The only
is.
people who I have to question anyone, because it took me about, I don't know, 6-7 hours to beat him. I question anybody who beat him early on without literally cheesing the whole fight. But
I will say, the last time I played, I did look up a build that makes Mael a nuclear bomb, and it's been really funny. It's been really funny. I haven't fought Simon yet. I've just been going through the drafts, seeing what kind of crazy things I can kill.
You can totally trivialize the game. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Right. Shannon.
Yeah.
What you been up to?
Mostly work, but when I work a lot of early shifts, it's hard to do anything, because I feel bad that the dogs are in the crate all day. So I sit with the dogs till somebody comes home, but then I also have to go to bed because I have to be up super early. So like, not a ton of stuff's been getting done on my end. I've been trucking away at the Shadowbringer raids, which I mentioned to Holly in the fandom channel when I was talking about why it was taking me a minute to get, my notes done. So like, I've been doing the Sorrows of Werlet, which is when you get to fight the weapons from Final Fantasy VII.
Oh yeah.
Which is very cool and also very sad.
Happens?
Yes, my man.
Oh, awesome.
But they do a Final Fantasy 14 twist on it that I don't want to spoil. because it's very upsetting. I've been doing the Nier raids. I just finished the Nier raids, but I'll probably keep doing them so I get all the sweet gear. It's very weird. It's very weird. They're very long too, but they're deeply weird. And I do want to play Nier, but I was like, I haven't played any of the Nier games. There's something I've been wanting to play, but I literally sat there like, this is deeply weird. There's like a room that's full of like 2B bodies.
Yes.
And I was just like, the hell? Like, there's bodies. It's the only room where there's any bodies. Deeply strange, but very cool. They actually have a jump scare in them, and I was like, what? I literally was like, are you serious? A jump scare in my Shadowbringer raids? And then I'm also working on the Eden raids, which are the long raids. So you have like for ease of reference, you always get 3 raids.
Yep.
You get the long series of raids, which is like 4 raids per patch. So that's the Eden raids this time.
Yep.
You have like battle raids, which are the Sorrow of Warlit, which are like, you have some quests in the middle, but you basically are just fighting big things, giant things. And then you have the Alliance raids, which you get 3 per patch section. I know they changed it for Endwalker. I haven't looked into it that much. I get why they did it, probably because of COVID. But my friend said they also did it because nobody does the raids. And I was like, well, that's dumb because everyone's still doing the Nier raids. But that's neither here nor there. If they had just said COVID, I would have been like, that makes sense. Because I know Endwalker kind of got Endwalked because of COVID. So yeah, those have been fun. Which reminds me that Harry and I need to schedule our Evilise raids.
Yes, please.
Especially because Tactics is coming out, and it might be fun for you to do the Evilise raids before Tactics comes out because it's Tactics. It's Final Fantasy Tactics in Final Fantasy 14.
Okay.
Yeah, you get to hang out with Ramza.
Who?
Not the real Ramza, but Ramza. You'll see. So yeah, we should do that sometime. We can stream it. We can invite other people to join us because they are Alliance raids, so they're 24-man.
Okay.
We should do that sometime.
Is the voice actor the same?
From the original I don't think they're voice acted.
Yeah, the Alliance raids, like the character shows up, but it's all in in text boxes. Very rarely do the raids and content get voice acting.
So the voice acting, the voice actors who are in the game now are not in 14.
Especially because the Evilise raids were done
2017.
Okay,
yeah.
so
I had to think about when the
that would have been
expansion came
some
out.
serious 5D chess.
Yes, it would have been. It's just that they're fans of Tactics. I mean, they said that because that was a huge influence on Final Fantasy 16. So they're just fans of Tactics. So they literally put Tactics in their game. And what's even crazier is that during the Evilise raids, you see Fran from Final Fantasy 12 in her whole glory. She's there. It is literally Fran. And you're just like, what is happening? So that's very cool. We'll have to do this sometime. I figured while I was talking about Shadowbringer raids, I could mention that we said we were going to play the Evilise raids.
I'm just glad that you've played the Nier. I'm just really glad that you've played the Nier raids.
I really I want to play them again. I want to keep playing them.
Both Nier games are still 65% off until the 29th of September. So if you want to pick up,
as soon as I'm done talking, I'm gonna pre-order. I'm gonna buy them as soon as we're done. As soon as I'm
both
done.
Automata and Replicant
I want to play them.
Yes.
As soon as I'm done talking, I'm gonna go buy them.
Genuinely, if you only have time to do one of them, like Automata, I played. I only played Automata. If you want to play both, play both. Replicant is also really good.
I've heard.
Do it.
What is it? Automata? Is that what it is?
Yes.
That's
Automata is either one.
Automata, whatever.
Both.
It's a long word, man, and it's for a weird game. Like all the vibes I got during those raids was, well, these are some weird games. And I already knew that because I see his statements come out all the time because I'm on Final Fantasy Twitter.
Yes.
He's a goofy guy.
Yes.
Also, I put my Warrior of Light in the 2B outfit. And I was like, oh my god, she's so cute. But I forgot that like her everything would be out. So I put her back in like shorts under the dress because I don't like when she's doing her battle stuff and like everything's out, you know. But yeah, your warrior of light could have the literal 2B outfit, and they're just out there, you know. The cheeks, they're out.
Yeah.
Um,
All of
I-
Endwalker, I
in
was
my
running
Final
around in
Fantasy
the Endwalker
14.
outfit.
Yeah.
I'm in the maid outfit. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the 2B outfit. It was
But
brilliant.
it's very pretty. I'll have to show you what I did to it because I didn't do much, but I made it like a couple tweaks. But it looks great. But yes, that's cool.
If you want to have the peak 2B, you need to play Stellar Blade with the 2B outfit.
Okay. Oh yeah, everything will definitely be out for that.
Everything will be out, and all the jiggle physics will be.
Oh, don't worry. You can have jiggle physics as a girl in 14 because one day I didn't notice it for months, years. I was playing my game, right? The graphics update dropped, and I swear they turned it up because all of a sudden I was like, wait a second, they jiggle? I don't remember this happening before.
I don't remember this.
Like, and I could not remember if I asked someone and they told me whether it existed or not. But I was like, I didn't know. Sometimes when she run, I have to be like, girl, change your outfit. Which is crazy because you can't really endow any of these. You can't really endow anybody. It's kind of limited sliders, you know what I mean? Limited options, which has been a critique of the game for years. So it's crazy that jiggle physics is even a thing. But yeah, so I will definitely buy those as soon as I'm done talking.
Yeah.
So yesterday something crazy happened. Well, over the weekend, My Chemical Romance ads started popping up in cities around the U.S., which means one of a few things. And they were all over New York City, so nobody really knew what it meant. But they're announcing another tour date. They already announced more tour dates in the U.S. and in the U.K. Because actually, like, My Chemical Romance ad showed up during a football match last week on the field, like around the video board around the field. I forget what team it was. One of the red ones. And so, like, tickets go on sale Friday for the New York City show. The opening band is Franz Ferdinand, and I want to be seated for the Franz Ferdinand opening show.
He's back?
Yeah, he's
Can't
back
believe
and ready
it.
to kill again. No, I love the band Franz Ferdinand. They were quite big when I was also into My Chemical Romance, or a little after, I think. But yeah, I would really like to go. I did bring, in case we want it for spoilers, hold on, let me make sure I can see what I'm doing. Yay or nay?
Oh, I thought it said
yay.
Yeah.
So, like, if you start doing something I don't like. Nay.
No, that's
nay.
good.
I have extra,
we could
so
all
I wanted
use
to put it
one
on
of
my
those.
desk. Right. But yeah, so like I loved the My Chemical Romance tour so much. If I can go again, I would feel so lucky. But also, like, it's Franz Ferdinand opening, and I haven't felt as passionate about any of the openers at the tours I've gone to, the dates I went to. The most passionate I felt was for the Florida show, because Evanescence opened for them, and I was so mad that I couldn't be there. But yeah, so My Chemical Romance is back on the menu, boys. Or as Gerard Way said in a video I must have watched like 10 times, the Black Parade is, as the French say, la back in action. Back in action in English, which is word for word what he said. And so I would like to see it. And like I said, I finally ordered the 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge but deluxe re-release of the vinyl and the CD, because I was holding off, and I finally did it. So there you go. Bond watch. I watched the first 2 James Bond movies with my friend after we finished the Craig movies. Very interesting, very weird. Goldfinger, we looked up what the book was actually like, some of the stuff that was in the book that wasn't in the movie. A lesbian, like, acrobat team called, like, am I allowed to say her name? You know the character I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed to say her name? Will I get in trouble if I say it's a name? Can I say it?
I don't know what
I
you're
don't see
talking
why
about.
not.
We
I think
talked
it's
about
relevant
Franz
to my
Ferdinand
story.
already.
I don't see why not.
Right. So, in the book, okay, now they're cat burglars. Keep that in mind.
Mhm.
They were lesbian cat burglars.
Mhm.
They were called Pussy Galore and her Abracats.
That's a good pun.
It's a great pun. We were sitting there so mad that they adapted the way they did because I was like, the movie would be 20 times better if it was the Abracats and not like the I forget what they were called, the Flying Circus in the movie. We watched Dr. No and Goldfinger. Did we watch it? Oh, and From Russia with Love. I'm sorry, we watched the first three. So yeah, pretty good. The treatment of women went from like, you know, pretty low to like insane, like oh wow, okay, we're just beating women now, cool. But I like it. Also, I always forget that funny bit in I think it's in Goldfinger, where like they drink like drugged something. It might have been Dr. No, but he like chucks his coffee down at the ground, goes, "Damn, coffee," and then just passes out. It just makes me laugh every time. So yeah, but we haven't watched any in a few days, so that's as far as we've gotten. There's a state of play tomorrow. They just announced it today.
Another
today,
one?
so it'll be out today by the time this episode comes out. So if you happen to listen to this as soon as it drops, we're gonna have a stream on the servers. So see you then. 5 p.m. Yeah, 5 p.m. So 10 p.m. I think for you guys. So it's gonna be a late night stream.
Let's find out, shall we?
That's in 40 minutes. That's in 50 minutes.
I think they said it's 2 p.m. Pacific time.
Dang.
Which would be 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which would be 10 p.m. British Summer Time still?
The new state of play is set to take place tomorrow, September 24th, 2025, and will happen at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Well, Eastern Daylight Time. We haven't changed back yet.
Even though the official PlayStation thing literally says EST, which I think is funny.
Wait,
but yeah.
That's so dumb of them because we're still in daylight time. Anyway.
I need to make a confession. I forgot this wasn't live. I thought you guys were talking that it's today. It's like, well, I've never heard of this.
I was saying because the episode drops on typically the day after we record, so it'll be today.
I hope it's another 40-minute showcase of James Bond again. That's really fun
I would watch that. I would watch that. And on the same vein, we were talking about for the show, but maybe we could talk about having a Halloween stream, playing some spooky games close to Halloween, have a good time. I already talked about the birds, so we're not going to talk about the birds. The Phillies are in the playoffs, so I'm back in Red October mode. We're talking about the Phils. So yeah, I've been watching the Phillies. They've not been very good the last couple of days, but you know, one of our players is really close to beating the all-time Phillies home run record for a single season. Please, you only have a few games left. Please break the record. So yeah. And then by the time we talk next, I will have done my first 5K, but it's a run walk, like it's chill. It supports the Flyers charities. Flyers is our hockey team, and it's the Gritty 5K. So hopefully I finally, after all these years, get to meet Gritty. It's been a dream of mine since they announced him to meet Gritty. Unlike some people, I was a Gritty day oneer, okay? A lot of people, it took them until everyone started bullying Gritty for us to go, now hold on, that's our weirdo, not me. I saw them announce him on Twitter, and I was at work, and I was like, this guy has got it. This is my kind of mascot. So yeah, I hope I get to meet Gritty. I haven't been able to train. I wanted to jog it, but first I was sick, and then my hip's been bothering me. So I'm going to try and hit the park a couple times on my off days just to at least like move a bit, get myself used to moving for a long time. I'm a big walker. I love walking. But I had hoped to jog it, but we'll see. But I'm really excited. So hopefully it goes great and I meet Gritty and I'll have a picture of me with Gritty next time we hang out.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Love Gritty.
Good luck. That sounds really cool.
Thanks.
Blue Jays have also clinched their playoff spot, so
yes.
I will be watching
I like the Jays.
playoff baseball.
My favorite
for
relief pitcher, closer. I forget if he's a closer or relief pitcher, but he's on the team now. He's Hoffman. He was a Philly last year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sad we gave him up because he got really good for a minute there. But I love him. And I miss him, and I hope he has a great postseason, except I hope he doesn't beat us in the World Series.
Well, if It's Jays, Phillies in the World Series. Shan will
That's gonna go crazy.
we'll do something.
Yeah.
It'll be birds v birds.
Well, the Phillies aren't birds.
That's true.
They're
That's
a
true, the Phillies.
concept. I don't even know what the Phillies don't really have. They're just at this point they're just a concept with a weird bird mascot, but he's not a. The Philly fanatic is technically a bird, but you wouldn't know it.
Deep dive on next episode we'll do the deep dive on whether the fanatic is a bird or not. Tell us in the comments what you think about whether the
look
fanatic
up
is a
the
bird.
Philly fanatic and also look up
Okay.
Gritty.
Philly fanatic.
Oh,
Gr-
you don't have to do it now, Harry.
Gritty 5K.
Who's this guy? What? This is a
I don't even know
bush.
what he's looking at.
This is a bush.
This is
Yeah.
a bush.
I have a little mini one. You're not gonna see him because he's green, but
This guy's
you can kind of see
Yoshi.
him.
This is Yoshi.
This is
What?
the Philly fanatic. He was on stage at My Chemical Romance. Remember? I talked about it. I had the picture. I can bring it back right
you
now.
did
Hold on.
indeed.
Don't move. Nobody move.
Okay, I'm not moving.
I forget which one it is.
Doing my
Not
best not
that
to move.
one.
Oh,
Not that one.
Oh.
Not that one.
Oh.
Not that one.
oh,
This
hey.
one.
oh.
The
Okay.
Philly fanatic.
Very interesting.
A
He's
very
large, furry green creature with extendable tongue. I've never seen the Philly fanatic's tongue.
There's
not
video.
beating
You
the
can
Yoshi
find it.
allegations. Then.
Yeah, more
He's
Yoshi
got,
allegations.
like you know a party blower, like where you. blow
Aha,
into-
yeah.
That's his tongue. That's what his tongue does.
So exactly like Yoshi.
I guess.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nintendo, get
probably.
it.
Let me
I'm
bring him back.
concerned about Nintendo. They're gonna get on this guy.
Probably.
Nah, they haven't gone on him yet.
Who knows? That's That's
That
good for
is
that guy.
impressive.
He's from
That's
the
impressive.
Galapagos Islands, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Is that a place?
Yes.
The Galapagos Islands are
They are
definitely
a real place.
a real place.
Oh wait.
It's geography hour with Harry.
No,
With
not
Harry.
again. Not again. Galapagos.
Oh
Galapagos.
God, he's looking up the
Yeah.
Galapagos.
No. I know. I'm just sort of checking. But wait, they're in Ecuador. So they're in Ecuador. Wait, hold on.
Well, they're off the coast of
Off the coast.
their
off
islands.
the coast. So, yeah, but I mean,
All right, let me make the fanatic go away.
wait. But then, where's Philadelphia on here? Hold on. That's
No,
so far
Philadelphia-
away.
They were just coming up with lore for the fanatic. They
Okay.
were like trying to explain why he was so weird looking. And I think he
Okay.
initially was like some sort of bird or something
Mhm.
from the Galapagos Islands. He's deeply weird, but he's beloved. He's usually considered one of the best mascots in sports.
He was created by a guy who was one of the friends of Jim Henson
Yes,
of Muppets
yes,
fame.
he was. Hmm.
So, anyway,
That's why he looks
Never
the way
mind.
he does.
He's a king, absolute king. He's down in
no more sports ball
God,
references
just
here.
saying.
Harry,
Okay, so I want to circle back on the near one real quick.
yes.
Oh, I have to buy near because I'm done talking.
Yeah,
But-
you're done.
Go buy,
you're done
go
now.
buy near.
Go
It's 65% off.
near
Near.
replicant version 1.2235 something. Yeah, just go buy that one and then get Near Automata Game of the Your Heart edition.
Yep.
And don't read anything about either of them, please.
I have
Thank
not
you.
read anything about this game.
Just play the game.
All good. Just play it. Get it playing, get it good. You know, you need to trust in the process and, you know, believe what it tells you to, okay? That's so vague. Anyway, going back on those near things because I can link this in. In my home game that I play on every Thursday, like I've been as the DJ, like our GM who hasn't played Final Fantasy 14 or like near any of the near games or anything like that
Oh, goodness, friends.
has somehow managed to the plot, some of the plot points which we're going through are so scarily like resonant to me with like certain aspects that I really enjoyed about certain like plot lines that happen in Near Automata. and Final Fantasy 14 especially. We're sort of again talking about stuff that happens, we're around like the Shadowbringers to Endwalker kind of like period. So there's kind of been a lot of Nier Automata, especially in the very recent one. I literally cannot possibly describe where we're at, but it's something that is very it's very Nier-esque. And so yeah, now that we're talking about Nier, I've just been playing Automata music like in a lot of previous sessions, so I'm juiced up on the source right now. The funny thing about those Nier raids, as someone who's played Nier Automata, and knows a lot of the Yoko Taro lore in the Nier raids, knows all the Yoko Taro lore going back to the DrKagon age, because what you need to know, Shan, the only thing I'll tell you going into Nier Replicant,
the Pixel remasters on sale too.
The only thing you need to know going into Nier Replicant, Shan, is that the plot of this game takes place after the fifth ending to DrKagon 1, which was a joke ending, which is a joke ending where the Final Fantasy battle, basically they get shoved through a wormhole and it takes place in Tokyo, Japan.
Okay.
And Nier Replicant is basically following that timeline.
Right.
And that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. And yeah.
That's so much. I barely followed it because I was like,
don't
what?
worry about it. The only thing you need to know about DrKagon is that it's a game with, I believe, like a 10-minute long final boss that is not skill. It is a rhythm mini game.
Oh no.
All I just want to say, I'm doing my best, but because this won't come up. Right. You know that final boss in the Nier raids?
Yeah.
The final one. Yeah. First of all, I hope did you like that? I hope you liked it.
I did, but like I died so many times because the mechanics were insane. But
yeah. That's the experience. When there's the color sections.
Yes.
That section gave me PTSD.
I was really good at it, actually.
Yes, because it's a reference to the very infamous DrKagon boss fight, which basically is that mechanic, except you have to pretty much do pixel perfect rhythm game things and hit the buttons to parry those colors for the right time for 10 minutes in a row, and if you fail once, you go right back to the beginning. And that is the final boss. And the funniest thing is that right at the end of that song, the screen is like fading out, and as the song is ending and the screen is completely black, they throw out one more ghost note. They throw out one more note, and you can hear the note of it spawning, and there is no way for you to visually guess where it is, and you just have to time that last one while the ending cutscene is playing. Because if you fail that one note, you go back to the beginning. So that's why but as someone who's played the Nier raids after playing Nier Automata, I don't quite understand them either. So welcome to Yoko Taro. It is weird. There's like a really funny quote from him, which is that basically like they kind of had to basically tell Yoko Taro that no, you can't have the Warrior of Light do that. He was trying to see how much he could get away with.
How much shenanigans he can get away with.
How much shenanigans he could get away with, and that is very like his writing. Yeah.
Guys, what if I bought Final Fantasy VIII?
Yeah, just do it as well. Why not? Go for it.
I might buy a bunch of games. By the way, everyone, all the Final Fantasy games are on sale.
Yeah, it's
the
a Square
Tokyo Game
sale.
Show. Yeah.
Yay, we love Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah. Anyway.
Awesome. Sorry. Yeah, that's my Nier Automata geeking out.
Sounds terrifying.
If you're not
Tokyo Game Show is when?
If you've not played the Nier series, please play the Nier series.
Is it happening now?
Yeah, I think it's either happening now or today was the last day, something like that.
Thursday till Sunday. So
okay, because somebody was at the some
25th
sort of
to
awards.
28th. Yeah.
Yeah, there was some sort of event today.
I think Holly didn't go last year. Normally historically she would have gone, but
add to cart.
I think.
My hot
Guys,
take.
I'm in danger because the Pixel remaster's on sale too.
My hot take with Nier Automata.
All the Square stuff's on
the
sale.
Nier games.
Go, Harry.
I highly,
go.
highly recommend the Nier games. I think Nier Automata
Yeah.
has a much stronger start, and it's a very, very good standalone story. It's super enhanced by Nier Replicant to a millionth degree, but like Nier Automata, in my opinion, is like very close to what I feel is is like a perfect story, which is like kind of a hot take, but holy fudge, that game did single-handedly influence how I feel about games design. Just the first 5 minutes just opened my third eye. Just oh my god. So if you play Nier Replicant and you're just not vibing with Nier Replicant, that's okay. But I am going to demand that you do play Nier Automata. At the very least, everyone should do it and freaking stick with it because it's so fudging good. It's so good.
I think
I've just been watching cutscenes.
I think Replicant takes about 5-ish hours to kind of get past the BS in order to kind of be sufficiently invested. But yeah, both are great
Give it a
games.
shot.
And honestly, for like, I don't know, $15 or whatever they are now, they're super value for money, especially Automata with because it's even cheaper than Replicant, I think.
Yeah.
To be fair, it regularly goes on sale. Replicant not so much since the
I mean, Replicant came out 2021,
tweak.
And gosh, Automata is like 7 or 8 years old because it came out in 2017. That's just crazy. On such a good story. Anyway, things that I've been doing. So I've been working on this game, all right, and it came out on Thursday, which is fun.
Oh, yep, I've to bring up, Harry.
I've been doing a little bit of work with some cool guys called Hidden IO, who are some guys in Canada, on this fun little VR game called Zix. It's basically, if you like stuff like Risk of Rain 2, and also if you like extreme VR experiences, which, people who know my development history as a game developer and know the previous VR game that I worked on, will know that's kind of my jam. This is basically like a fast-paced kind of like, very interesting like dynamic movement roguelike that kind of has a very almost like Risk of Rain 2 like feel to it in terms of the types of upgrades you get and how they impact the different games and like each of the different runs. It's been a really cool game. I really love some of the shaders in this game. Like a lot of the textures are just like basically parallax skyboxes. So you basically, have like the different skyboxes and like space nebulas that like make up your different arms and weapons, and it looks very, very cool. And the gameplay's like really fun. I was basically joining them for the past few months over the summer, working on some very fun, little bits like polish and stuff like that, implementing a few of the core underlying systems as out. It's out in early access. It's a cool game. I enjoy it. I think it's pretty friggin' good, and technically, like, I put a silly Steam review on it because it says I have like 800 hours or something silly in like 200 hours in like the Steam review or something. So I was like, yeah, put out just right. I think
show
it's
us
good.
reviews.
It might show you. It just doesn't count towards the like Steam chart thing. It's much more like posted for the like MetaQuest.
Are you Cosmic Kitten 246? Harry?
Mine is mine's literally just like a one-line description where I just say, yeah, I think it's good. I
don't see
it might not even be on this list because it was just such a stupid little post.
I don't see it here.
It probably isn't there then. Don't worry about it.
It's
But
all
yeah,
good.
best place to buy it is the MetaQuest platform. However, the Steam version is obviously very cool as well.
What VR headset do you recommend to play it, Harry?
I mean, like, it was built for like you can't. So if you play it on Steam, any of the ones that are like modern, it's OpenXR, so it's built with all of it sort of in mind. But like mainly, like it was built for MetaQuest 3 and 3S. It doesn't natively support MetaQuest 2 because, like, internals and all that, if you want to get the standalone version, which runs pretty nicely. But yeah, if you got like a MetaQuest, that's probably the best one, but any of them will basically do and work. I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, it does work on the Valve Index and all the things. If you got VR headset, you can play it. Just have controllers. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, these like
Sweet.
these. Whoa.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's my game development stuff. I'm still working on that a bit as it goes into post launch, which is fun. Yeah. Other bit of news that I got. Keep this nice and simple. So I go to the local Smash Bros tournament every Monday, and anyone who knows is that I'm learning the game fully from scratch. It's like me learning to drive. It's taken me a very long time to get those fundamentals down because I play Lucina, and playing Lucina is a lot like learning to drive a car. It's just, she's an honest character, honest fundamentals. You know how to play Lucina, you know how to drive a car. Like, that's how it works. That's how it works. And I've been like 0-70 this whole time.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I got my first set win. I won my first set win. I wasn't on the stream, but like nobody was playing on the stream camera at the time, so it's perfectly framed. Me basically like pretty much just like throwing the controller down and celebrating. Against this poor guy. Like I sorry to Flattywood, who I was playing against. Because I don't know who he was he was just kind of like vibing and sort of chilling. We were doing that, but like it meant so much for me to get that. It must have obviously looked a little bit weird. Me just kind of like, celebrated. But once he understood like, oh, this is my first ever win coming here, and I've been going to this for like since the beginning of this year, it happened. I've conquered my King K. Rool wall. Because at this level, I'm playing against King K. Rool players, I'm playing against King DDD players, and they're just throwing projectiles, and they've got this stupid body armor, and it's just, it grinds my gears. But I've learned that all you have to do is go behind them and ignore the projectiles. Don't think about them. Just get behind King K. Rool, ignore the stupid crown, ignore the freaking, I'm going to throw out a little cannonball and then keep trying to suck you in while I'm dangling off the edge, then try and throw you off the edge. No, just go behind them. Have him hit a stupid move, go behind him, just hit your moves. And I got it. I then played against the number 1 seed, who's like, I then played against the number one seed, who is like, I think the 6th best in the entire of the UK. I got 3-0'd on that one. So the run was short-lived, but I did it, and I'm so happy.
That's great, man. I'm happy for you.
I did it.
I'm happy for you getting a win.
I'm going to win the next. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna be the next pro player. It's gonna be great.
Are you playing off stream, or are you only playing on Monday nights?
I mean, it's only on Monday. Like, it's only a Monday night. Like, it's only like a Monday night tournament that basically sort of gets run by my friend Kier. It's really cool. He does like a lot of cool Super Smash Bros stuff for Scotland and the entire country, and like basically one of the big UK like regionals called Braveheart Rule. He is pretty much organizing, and that brings together a lot of people from across the UK straight to Dundee. So that's really fun. So I'm excited to go to that one because like he spends a lot of time like organizing it with his co-organizers every year, and it's gonna get properly listed as an event. So yeah, who knows? I don't know if I'll be able to go to it even, but like I'm doing the support. So yeah. Yeah. That's been my week. I don't really have much else to like say. Yeah. I'm tired because the game launched, and I've been kind of working weird Canadian
and you've been
hours.
working hard, right?
Yeah. I promise I've been working hard.
Anybody who's interested in Braveheart Brawl, here is the last.
That's last year. There is a 2025 one. There is a 2025 one.
This is the 2024.
Yeah, there is a 2025 one.
What happens if I just change this to 2025, Harry?
It should work.
Look at that.
Yeah. Look.
Just works,
there's
man.
only like 7 tickets remaining if you want to get it at reduced pricing.
Oh, for the
First
early
100
bird.
tickets, reduced pricing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. You gotta
And
do
it
it.
is
You gotta do
in
it.
Dundee, right?
It's in Dundee.
If I
very
could
close
come,
to
I
Dundee
would
Uni.
come. I'd be there.
Yeah.
Are you a Smash Bros fan, Shan?
I've played it.
Who do you
like-
play?
It's a good question. I kind of try and mix it up every time because I'm not particularly great at it. Sorry if everything shakes. Gouda is on the desk, and unlike Adira, he doesn't just sit still. He has to get into everything. But let's see, I've done like Pikachu. What was it? Kid Icarus. Done him a couple times. Lucario. Love a little Lucario moment. Kirby. I don't remember. I don't get to play it very often. So I don't remember off the top of my head, but I usually try and see what... I'm not great at it either. I'm quite terrible. I'm like a baby learning how to walk for the first time. But like I try my best, you know. I always lose though. I think one time I won on a technicality. Yeah.
I've only ever played in person with more or less a character pre-selected for me so that I could get destroyed by other people. That's literally my experience was with Smash Bros.
I mean, it's kind of funny because a lot of the...
Although I do remember playing it on GameCube. So.
Yeah.
There's quite a few actual like proper pro Smash Bros players who go to the weekly event. So basically, I'm sitting there like basically trying to learn the game, like,
and so that you can be poo-pooed on by
I am getting
semi-pro players,
styled on by like the actual top UK players. But it's a very interesting learning environment. Seriously, like they're so actually like quite, you know, everyone's been like, you know, so nice and like very thoughtful about like, you know, showing tricks,
welcoming.
Welcoming. Again, there's an iconic, really funny time where my first ever like game win, when, you know, I first won a match, because they're all best of fives. The first time I got my first proper score of a 1 was against one of these players, and I was actually on the stream, and he was kind of like joking around, you know.
I know, Harry. We've literally shown it on the podcast.
I know he's shown it on the podcast, but man, I still freaking remember it. God, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah. He's like, he toxically flames me as a joke. I then instantly hit him with the move he toxically flamed me about. He's never recovered. Still never recovered. It's been months. It lives in infamy. Gosh. And speaking of Gouda,
you're living rent free in the guy's head.
Speaking of Gouda.
When They Cry, the visual novel series by Ryukishi 7. I've got a challenge for myself because Silent Hill F, it comes out, which is very cool, very good. Reading the reviews, and they've said story is good, which is like the main thing that I've been interested about. I don't care if the gameplay is quite literally a PowerPoint. Right. Just give just Rikishi 7 like basically direct like editing and a left mouse button and text on the screen, and I'm just let him cook, and it looks like he's cooked, because I've seen the main thing people are saying, like the story is really good, and I'm sitting there being like, let's go. I say
it's
that
out on Thursday.
It's out on Thursday. It's out kind of like now if you got the deluxe like pre-order.
Oh, is that one of these you can like pay more money to play it early?
Yes. Yep. So but the reviews are kind of coming in, and you know, people like they hit another banger, which is, I'm really happy about that, because I've been obviously reading my history. I've read Umineko previously. There's a character called Gouda. That's why I went, because Gouda. And the joke is because he's a chef.
Opening Copilot. No, we don't want the AI assistant Gouda.
No, I cannot believe this.
We're gonna destroy the ozone layer.
Who's opening
Gouda? No.
What?
Gouda, the cat.
Gouda is opening.
He like flopped down on my keyboard and
Copilot.
opened the Copilot.
That's crazy.
Silent Hill is looking good.
Peggy 18.
Yeah.
It's definitely Peggy 18. That's for sure.
Yeah. No, it's just like
as you were saying, advanced access on this, like, pay 10 quid more BS to play the game 2 days earlier.
I would highly recommend. Yeah, this is the, you know, if it's a Ryukishi 7 work, which it is.
It is.
Yeah, I've not heard anything from it because I'm being shielded from spoilers. But just kind of like, implications in terms of, yeah, they've really honed into the stuff which he is quite good at, which is about dissecting and writing about very like uncomfortable and like, you know, like very difficult to talk about social situations.
Would you play it on PC or would you play it on PS5?
PC. I don't have a PS5.
Okay.
I don't have a PS5.
You don't have
Stop.
But yeah,
no PS5.
In preparation, I have read Umineko already. Again, it's fantastic. So I want to read. It's fantastic, and I do not recommend anyone do that to themselves because it is psychological torture for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, that's what the writing does to you. So instead, I've been diving into more unhinged territory with trying to read Higurashi, which is the, you know, first works in the When They Cry series. It's taken me a year to just sort of like kind of get through it because like it's gripped me a lot less than Umineko, but I've put it down. I'm giving myself exactly 1 month to finish Higurashi, and I cannot play Silent Hill F until I play until I've read all of Higurashi, because a lot of the vibes in it is, you know, kind of being like, you know, is this Higurashi with HD graphics? Again, there's like the jokes of, you know, people kind of like editing clips from the game into like scenes from a visual novel, which is a very good bit. But yeah, I'm glad. I saw the only thing I've seen about the game is that there's journal entries, and never have I actually been more happy that there's a journal entries in a game than this one. It's like, yes, traumatic journal entries are here. Yes, I'm doing that.
I have to watch the trailer for the new Kojima game. I forgot.
Yeah,
to watch
they just
it
dropped
before
that.
I left
Oh
work.
my god, I
Speaking
know they
of,
did it because
Silent
it was
Hill and...
I know it's because it was the 10-year like anniversary, but it's extremely funny to release that teaser, which looks like so obviously very referential to PT, even in like, you know, if you read between the lines of the phrasings within the sentences.
I mean, haven't you seen the video that ended with like there's teases to PT in the OD trailer?
Yes, I have.
We're all
It's
concerned.
so
Put on your
funny.
tin hat, fellas. Put on your tinfoil hat.
Kojima
it's
is
PT.
so petty about this, and I fudging love it. It's like, it's such a petty feud at this point. It feels like intentional releasing on the release date, and it's like, it's fine because two things can like exist, but God, I think that's the funniest thing they could have done. Man, funniest thing they could have done.
To release it at essentially Kojima Con was
actually that's actually more on Konami trying to shade Kojima on that front. Like, you know, kind of, yeah, I mean, maybe they probably should have avoided that. I don't know.
I think there's enough history between all the players there at this point that
we all know who Jeff Keighley is siding with.
Yeah. Well,
he's the one who I saw post the OD trailer in the first place.
We know, and we don't care.
Here's my
he and
thoughts
his
on it.
bad shoes.
My thoughts in that, I like the Hideo Kojima cake. I like the Silent Hill cake. There are two cakes.
He gets two cakes.
We all get two cakes.
You can eat both individually or together.
Eat both together.
Yeah.
All right. We ready to move on, guys?
Yes.
Don't worry, I bought the games, and I bought two
Excellent.
Final Fantasy games.
We have, all right, spoilers are going up.
Spoilers. Adira, I need my notebook now. I need
Episode 38, guys. We've been here for an hour and 20 already. We're going to have to
there was a lot of like distractions.
so sorry.
We're going to have to behave.
Yep.
It's
fine. It was a normal episode.
All
Nothing
right.
big lore-wise happened.
No. Nothing big lore-wise at all.
It certainly didn't seem like anything lore-wise was
Harry,
going to
take
happen.
us through our predictions.
Right. I'm really mad about this one.
Wait, we know how to spell Tella now. Hold on. They mentioned it in Action Surge.
Yeah, Tella apostrophe. So
Is that
Doc.
canon now, or is that or was that a joke?
I think they said, like Holly said it first, and then Harry was like, yes, tell so like it wasn't like a Harry brought it up as a hee hee ha ha. I think they said in that one does have a fantasy apostrophe in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna treat it. I mean, I'll talk about how he tried to trick me already in a minute, but like, I'll take it, and then when Holly finally puts it on the John, we'll know for sure. It wasn't part of the sheet, as far as I'm aware. But I can check right now. I can see what she put on the fandom while Harry's talking.
I think she mentioned that she wasn't going to update the spinner page.
Oh, I didn't put that in.
Okay.
I mean, I put
Because
the
that would be
name
the
down.
aliases, right?
I put the name down and I said, do with this what you will, but I'm just putting it here so you have it kind of thing. But I figured she wasn't going to put that on there.
Well done, Harry.
Got the spinner.
Take us through the predictions, buddy.
We're going to go from bottom, then top, then middle, because it's the funniest order.
All right.
Shan, your prediction last episode was that Teller was going to be an agent of the web, not the gloam. Easy lock in. You got it.
Easy lock.
You got the easy lock.
He's not just a agent of the gloam. He's the agent. He's
the
web.
He
is the
web guy. He's the web guy.
Good for the web.
He is the webber.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. This was an episode where somehow, like, multiple things, even though they were we thought diametrically opposed from each other, were in fact correct.
Yes.
Because Doc raised that and predicted, in contrast, Teller is from the Shadowfell. They will not... there's two parts of this prediction. But Teller is from the Shadowfell. And, like, I know technically, like, maybe not, I don't know, fully confirmed or potentially or whatever. I'm willing to say this is good with the information that we have now. That's pretty locked. I think that's pretty locked.
That's
locked. That's very locked.
Action Surge kind of, to me, locked it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Teller absolutely being from the Shadowfell. What the fudge? But the thing is that they will not fight the party, but they will tell us some lore. Like, okay, tell us some lore did happen. They will not fight the party. Arguably, it was self-defense. I think, like, Sorry, I just realized that was the dumbest thing I could have said. They will not fight the party. His goal was not fighting the party. His goal...
But he was summoning a monster to fight the party.
That's not fighting the party directly, though.
Oh my god.
Indirectly. That's a greasy one, that one.
It's greasy. I'm giving the greasy win because, like, it
That's
contrasts
Amber
directly with
one?
my one, which I was like, okay, I'm sure this one is an easy lock. This one, easy lock. We're going to get this done. My one's going to be fine.
For those who are letting the listeners and viewers behind the curtain slightly, we have a lovely Google Doc, of course, where we have all our notes, etc. in, and the highlight color of the predictions is a very important thing.
Yeah.
So, Harry,
my prediction, I was sure that Teller was going to tell us something useful about the gloam, and that's the only thing that didn't happen.
Absolutely nothing about the gloam.
The only thing that didn't happen.
The gloam told us more about the gloam than Teller did.
Yes.
The gloam gave us more insight than Teller did.
Our good buddy,
our good single survivor of the gloam party.
Damn you, Carl.
Who? Yes.
He told us all about this. It was over when the focus on Teller / the spinner was the deck. Like, it was over. It was so over for me. It was so over. Anyway, damn it. Next time, I'll get him next time. I have to make something that can be 100% proven right. I'm gonna have to make it back, and I don't know how.
Well.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Session. Trying to think about in what order. I have my wee notes here.
I mean, well, let's start with a big one.
I like Doom equals mood backwards. That was a funny little. I think that's where we should start. That Doom equals mood backwards. I forget who said it. I think it was Harry or Doug, but it did make me laugh quite a bit.
So maybe I can ask you guys a question because I was not there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, half the cast.
With the watch party.
Yeah.
Harry was like calling people out in the chat and stuff like this during the watch party.
Calling out in what way? In what
Well,
sense?
There was a bit of rules lawyering going on, I believe, and there was a whole back and forth. That's all I
trying to
remember
remember
from
what we were talking
hopping in.
about.
I mean, basically, like it was during some of the earliest
wait, I
bits.
do think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was during. I don't even remember like the details. It's basically during like some of the earliest bits. Some of the people in the chat being like, "Wait, should you know?" I think it was like Dolly. Was it using Shatter? I don't remember. Like it was Dolly using stuff, and it was like, oh, you know,
you should get double damage for the fact this is an inanimate object and all this kind of stuff. Yeah,
Which isn't really gonna help when the episode was filmed the week before, but you know, I just kind of let that conversation play out. But I was a little like,
it was nothing like whatever. It was basically just kind of like a funny thing of like Harry being like, yeah, that's a good point. Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, he was like, whatever.
I think he is also. I mean, he's learning as well, right?
Yeah.
Because the guys are bringing and I feel like we should bring on 2 or 3 people to talk specifically about mechanics at some point, and specifically Ben's choices for how he's building the character, because there was a lot of discussion around this in the action surge, right?
I don't know anything about mechanics.
About like, is Radiant actually a sorcerer in disguise? But they're pulling out stuff. It's got to be difficult because they're pulling out spells and stuff from all sorts of secondary material, right? Which makes all that quite difficult, right? In order to manage the rules on, right? But Doom equals what backwards?
Mood. Yeah. I had a chuckle because everyone was like, we should take a break in the episode.
Yeah, that
and I
was
was
the
like,
funniest
yeah, sure.
bit.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, so around break time, we'll take a break.
4 hours,
it was a 4
right?
hour episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the ad break was an hour in. And so I pause it, and I'm like, okay, gang, we need to make a choice. Are we taking a break or not? And they were like going back and forth because it was so soon and blah blah blah, but like then we'll be stuck here for 3 hours, and Harry just goes, keep going. and Holly goes, keep going, and we were like, okay, we're gonna keep going. So we did not take a break.
Again, we say it's always like the funny thing, like, oh, whenever, you know, Harry's like joined in on the chat.
Did Aoife also say keep going?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Aoife also said kept going.
Okay.
Everyone,
keep going.
like, it already, everything, the vibe was already kind of like ever so slightly ominous because, like, Harry was there from the start. And again, we don't, like, you know, psychoanalyze why people are, like, you know, joining the Discord.
Yeah, he said he joined us while he was writing. He was like, I just figured I'd hang out while I'm writing. Yeah.
No, but it is always just kind of like fun because, like, whenever he's in there, it always feels like, uh-oh. He's here for a reason.
He's here for a reason.
He's here for the Schadenfreude of like you know of like suffering we're about to go through.
I mean, I think it's good for. We've talked about this before. Yeah. I think it's good for them to be able to see the reaction of people live, right? Like that there's no substitute for that.
Exactly.
But so you guys literally did the whole episode in a 1 hour.
Yeah.
We took like a 2-second break while we figured out if we were going to stop or not.
Yeah.
So that's it. Nobody went anywhere.
We just barreled on through.
Yeah, it was a long day, but it was fun.
I bet.
Very good.
I bet.
Oh my days.
We were all a bit disappointed that we were not, since we had, like 3 regular watch partiers on our Tuesday night.
I mean, we got close too. We were
close to 25.
We were at 2021 almost the entire time too. So it's, you know, it probably would have locked up.
Good.
Yeah.
What do we want to talk about?
We should move on to the obvious thing that Teller was the spinner.
And Teller was the spinner all along.
The thing that nobody had in their cards, but in retrospect, damn it, it kind of makes a lot of sense. Not gonna lie to you.
Spinner all along. Yeah.
Yeah. I know that it was something that Jazzy was actually talking about in terms of, I think it was like, oh, of course, like, teller, or like, a teller, it had like some kind of like word connotation with like,
Yeah.
cloth spinning, or something like that. And then Harry said
Yeah.
like, also it's like kind of another word in another like language for like web and
Yeah.
stuff like that, things like that on the notes. I'm like, damn it.
And
Normally I'm the one figuring that stuff out. Damn it.
And if we look back to like, I was sitting there while I was taking my notes, listening to everything, and Harry, explaining in the chat. And I realized, like, yeah, we didn't get a ton of clues, but the clues do kind of. It was a guy who didn't need a mask to be down there. He didn't have a glow mask either, and he was very pale. And I think they also were implying that he just likes to kill things, and like. Obviously it's the spinner, like obvious, like, oh, it's obvious, but like they weren't gonna go ask the everybody,
I mean,
like, who's Tella, but
it's
we got
obvious,
enough
but then at the same time it could have literally been anything else.
It could have
right?
been anything else. Yeah.
I think that's what I really like it. I really like it because of that. Again, it's like also kind of like some fun thing because it almost feels a tiny bit almost player reactive, because now it's really funny, like in retrospect, that Dolly like used the sending stones to like have a quick chat with the spinner during the Haven incident.
Yeah.
Well, he was literally basically right there.
Yeah, basically just being like, I'm just
I'm just chilling over here.
It's like there's almost like a part of the story we say like, oh, potentially that's almost how he ended up positioning himself there, being like, well, I'm gonna kind of stay around and be ready for these guys to jump him when they come down here.
Yep.
Yep.
It's pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot, and I think it's like, it was not anyone who I was expecting to definitely sort of be there. I was on the thing of, oh, it's going to be like some kind of new NPC, but it's, in retrospect, it makes the most. Yeah, I think it's like it happens just like, oh, that's really satisfying.
Yeah,
Felt
and
really
to find
satisfying.
out that like he's the guy we should have been worried about. It's like the Spider Prince is like your boy, and then the boy they told you not to worry about. Like it was was always the spinner. He was always spinning, and so the prince is only the prince because he is also a god. He's a demigod. He's one step below the spinner, not a spider king, but a spider prince. And the spinner was spinning all along, which is crazy. He's manipulating that boy, and he was from the beginning.
Yep. What do you think about the implication that he is a god from the Shadowfell?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm very much reading that, like, that's definitely.
Yeah.
Although
that makes
like
sense.
Yeah, the reason why is obviously at the flipping to the straight to the end, because we had like double name reveal. Teller equals the spinner equals Moloch.
Yeah.
And so it being like, oh, he's that guy from Paradise Lost.
Yeah. A lot of evil people with that name. It's a good one.
Yeah, Moloch, And like the thing is, it's just also like the other fun thing, not fun thing, I clarify, not fun thing, the fun word thing reference being like, Moloch, in terms of like how Moloch ended up being portrayed is, typically like, like used as the child sacrifice guy, like, the child sacrifice guy, sacrificing children of the Midnight Moon. So yeah, like, I see. I didn't get the Teller one, but I got that one.
And
that's a funny little joke you did there.
And he's sacrificing the only demigod that exists.
Yeah,
for
and also
his own goals.
Obviously, the kind of the idea of almost fallen angels, kind of like being almost like vile in that way, and sort of like scheming and that kind of thing. It feels like it just makes a lot of sense. It's satisfying that you like. And again, it kind of also adds up, because I swear in like Session 0, I might just be tripping, but like I thought in Session 0 they just kind of Harry just kind of implied that the spinner was a lich, and I thought that was kind of like, that's a cool implication. I like that we're just kind of just sort of skipping by that. This guy's not good, but like the web isn't good in general. And then I just kind of forgot about it, and then it's like, oh yeah, maybe we should put more significance on the fact that maybe he might have been described as kind of a lich. I don't know, and so that's given. And again, it kind of makes sense because obviously, like I imagine Spider Prince is friggin', Spinner, their lifespans and how they're sort of dealing in like the world and stuff like that, probably way different from whatever, because the web obviously is like an old institution as well. And if these guys have always been running it, then again, they're pretty ancient guys themselves. I guess the only issue with Moloch being a Shadowfell god is like, I mean, well, there's the one thing of, the idea that to pass through the planes, you have to basically give something up. So the idea that might potentially been like a lot of power.
Or even his own corporeal form.
His body, right?
Because Harry explained in Action Surge that if they had killed the spinner, they would have just killed his body and his soul would have still escaped. So I think that's what themself was threatening, was like, I mean, I'm sure we'll find out at the beginning of the next episode. Harry said, like, there's a lot of stuff he didn't want to talk about yet because they can still ask characters. But
and ask Carl.
But yeah, oh God, between what they said in Action Surge and like what themselves said to the spinner, it sounds like he doesn't have an actual body in this realm. So he either has to take them or like create them. And so that could have been what he gave up, was like a body. So like he could have defeated him by kicking him out of his body, and then he'd have to go to another one before he could do anything.
That kind of adds to the whole like idea of how the stalemate kind of thing works. Like, how you can enforce a stalemate of that kind. I think it's a fun and interesting like concept.
It definitely sort of feeds into the whole, the child is problematic because it breaks the rules, right? The rules are you stay in your plane, basically, right?
Yeah.
And the child breaks those rules because the child is able.
Reliquia's greatest custody battle.
Yeah. Because it allows someone to cross planes with power, right? So, whether that's the actual gambit here, I'm not sure, but it does raise that the specter of that.
I think the only issue I just have with the Moloch being a shadow, like a vile god, is like the only thing is very simply how would the other virtuous not end up knowing? I don't know. That's like the only thing. I mean, I guess it's kind of like easy to maybe hide a thing. I don't know.
Maybe you don't feel that sort of thing, but that also could be why he sent the Spider Prince to kill the gods. The gods would have known who he was immediately if they can sense that, because themselves knew who he was when they saw him.
Themselves also said that you need godlike power in order to kill a god. So
it would have to be the spinner or the prince.
Well, if they were removed, if those powers were removed from the spinner, then
you have to send the prince.
Yep.
And the other thing is it's easier for, whether they knew, obviously we don't know if they knew when he came into the Mount Atria that he was a god. He could have just, like, one of our children is here, wow, that's so crazy, and they wouldn't have known until it was too late.
Yeah.
But if
until
Moloch
he's literally
showed up,
until he's literally slaughtering them, right?
But if Moloch showed up, there's no plausible deniability. There's no like, oh my God, it's me, your child, haha, I'm here. They probably would have recognized Moloch immediately and would have been able to overwhelm him.
Additional misdirection. Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes more sense. Just like, Radiant Rizzler theory aside, it makes sense that the first realm he goes to conquer after his own, as the spinner said, is the Feywild. Because no matter who his other parent was, Phelan was of the Feywild. He probably can cross through that barrier easier than he could ever cross into the Shadowfell. Regardless of Radiant bringing the deck with him. That probably was something he could have done easier than another god or character could have done.
Just thinking about the sequence of events.
Yeah, that's what's tricky, is we don't really know the sequence of events.
Well, we know that the gods were killed
before episode 0?
Possibly. But we also know that the Spider Prince was in Reliquiae because the party met him
Yes.
or them in Barun, right?
Yep.
So they have obviously gone to the Feywild
They have
since
since gone to
that,
the Feywild. Yeah.
right? Or at least so we have been told anyway.
Presumably.
So that, and they did say that so it's unclear whether Radian bringing the cards, if that is his real name, Radian bringing the cards is the thing that created the kind of
The knock-on effect.
bleeding of
Yeah.
Fey realm into Reliquiae, or whether it's the crossing of the Spider Prince that created the
Well, he was already here. He was born in Reliquiae. That's why he was there in the first place.
Sure, but the crossing of him back into the Feywild, because that's where we're told
Right.
he is now, right?
Yeah, where he is now. Yeah.
He's been sent to essentially kill the Fey gods,
Yeah.
right? So which of those actions? So everybody's been kind of under the impression that it's Radian crossing the
Right,
plains
right.
that has caused the Feywild to kind of bleed into Reliquiae, right? The
Yeah, 'cause
blue
they said the
water,
Briar would
etc.
hold, yeah.
Right? So is it Radiant's action that created the bleeding, or is it the Spider Prince's
Right, 'cause
action
they
to go
didn't
back
see
to
anything
go
until
to
after Barun. Yeah.
exactly?
Yeah.
So is
I
it
see what you're
which of those actions created that, or maybe it's the combination of them that
Right.
created that situation, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting that there's I mean, we're literally it so feels like, I think I said this the last episode.
Yeah.
It feels like we've done the prologue. Right?
Yeah.
Like now the real game starts almost,
Yeah.
right?
I've just had a Phoenix Wright moment. I just had
Objection.
No. I've just had like a Phoenix Wright, like Dual Destiny Spirit of Justice bit where like you come to a conclusion, like following the fudging like anime logic line. I just want to propose something a really interesting thing, like an interesting thing to
Okay.
consider if Moloch is a vile god.
Mm-hmm.
The vile wanted to kill the child, right? That was the implication, right? The greatest custody battle of all time is.
Yes.
You see where I'm starting to fudging go with this is that the vile want to kill the child, Reliquia like want to, and then meanwhile Reliquia and friggin' the Feywild having their own custody battle. So if Moloch is a vile god, like does that mean that like ultimately, do you think he's gonna end up like double crossing the Spider Prince then at some point? Is that the end game? If we follow that line. We follow that line, like damn. I mean, obviously,
at
we know
that point he's
it's more
just at that point he's just a tool.
Yeah, he is just absolutely a tool. It was just like me kind of
Right.
thinking like, what's like the greater point of like once you've gotten the thing?
I mean,
It's
I think the other part of this is that the implication from other things that we learned, including about Kel's family, and of course the spinner doesn't know that Kel knows what actually happened because he saw the vision, right? But this guy's been manipulating all of these events for a very long period of time,
Yeah.
right? So
I think this just adds to it more. I think this just adds to it more because like you can feel that there's the double cross that's gonna absolutely be coming at the end of this because it's like the thing. It's like I think I don't know. I just think it like starts adding up.
or is that effectively the play from the party? The party's play is to find. I mean, there's all sorts of. Now we're at the branching narrative,
Prove
right?
that Moloch's a god.
Yeah.
Basically, now we're at the branching narrative, right? You're literally, this is like, again, like sitting there, you're in like chapter 3 of your RPG, right? And now you finished the initial quests and you've got your full party and you're you've now essentially got the open world in front of you, and you're like,
Yeah.
hey, pick one of these things to do next, right?
Yeah, there's a
Harry
lot of
literally said
options
during
here.
Action Surge, well, the portal's still open, guys.
Yeah.
Right?
I think
Yeah.
I think
Ben
he's saying
was
that
really
as a
thinking
bluff,
about
though.
doing it.
I think I honestly believe that's gonna be a bluff, though, because I just want the funny thing to happen to be someone does decide they're going through the portal, and it's the shortest episode of Natural Six ever, because it's just like, okay, and that's where we are now. Rennie's like, I'm going through the portal, and that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
That's we'll end our session because I'm not ready for that.
Yeah.
So there's the go through the portal. There's the fight the good fight in Reliquiae. There's the follow the Spider Prince and try and
Figure out what's going on with Radiant at the
figure
same
out
time.
what's going on at the same figure out what's going on with Radiant at the same time, figure out what the potential origin of the elements are there, even though, and this is where maybe the theory that Moloch or the Tella slash spider slash spinner
The
is
spinner
a
formerly known as Tella and currently known as Moloch.
yes,
Yeah.
is a Shadowfell god. Why would a Shadowfell god have made the deck?
Yeah.
Well, if the okay, here we go. So if they ended in a truce,
Shan's cooking. Yep.
if it had to end in a truce, maybe back then he was like, "Fine, I'll help you build the barriers." So he builds the deck. He helps put them in the prison. They won't tell the truth. Blah blah blah. Sends them away. But maybe when the child is born, he senses an opportunity. The Shadowfell wanted the child killed. The child isn't killed. Maybe he finds out about that. He's like, I'm sensing an opportunity. I want to bring back Sentiasa.
Is
And
it
the
the
only way-
Shadowfell that wants the child killed,
Yes,
or the Feywild that
Feywild
wants
wanted the child. The Shadowfell wanted the child
the child
killed.
killed?
Yep.
Okay.
And the gods of Reliquiae were like, we can't kill a product of love, so they put him in the orphanage. Okay.
Yep.
So what if, they put up their walls, they do their truce for however long it goes on for. Maybe the Shadowfell starts to get a little upset, or some of them start to get a little upset about it. And they're like, well, I think we deserve to have all of it. I think we deserve to win. They find out, or just Moloch, either all of them or just Moloch finds out that the child is alive. Senses an opportunity. Only a god can kill a god. We're weakened if we go through the portal. What if I use this child to kill the gods of Reliquiae, and then we could do whatever happens with the Feywild after that. If he's a child of the Feywild, because the Feywild wanted him, so I assume he's a child of the Feywild. We don't know that yet, but because they wanted him, I'm assuming that's the case. So then they can also use him to go to the Feywild. And if they bring down the other two realms, either the Shadowfell can take over all of it, the Shadow will flood, or you can even bring back Sentiasa, in theory. If you bring down all the barriers, what happens?
Yeah.
So I'm sensing it was a what's it called? An attack of opportunity. The child existed.
Ooh.
The child existed, and this will be my theory. And so I don't know whether Moloch is working alone or not. We just don't know. We don't know enough on that front. We just found out he's a Shadowfell god. So in my opinion, my theory, and I can post this in spoiler chat later for Jazzy if I remember all of this. But my theory, my working theory is that, the four nations existed in perfect balance or whatever, and then they found out the child was alive, or Moloch found out the child was alive, and now we have an opportunity to make it all go back to the way we wanted it, with the shadow falling over all. So we'll see. We don't know enough yet. Obviously, I don't think the Gloam member Carl is going to know anything.
Globe member Carl.
Yeah, because I really loved that Harry had that bit where he was like, this isn't what we wanted. This isn't what you wanted. And so he like turned on him. It was good stuff, juicy stuff.
I mean,
And obviously,
hearing at least what they potentially had planned, like you would figure, and this is stretching a bit, you would figure that a Gloam member who was there for that ritual has to be relatively highly,
high up.
has to be relatively high up.
Yeah, because only certain members were allowed down that far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But clearly they were misled about something.
But
Whether it
I
was
guess
the summoning of Carl number 1,
Carl number 1. Yes.
Kavril or whoever. I'll go into that later. I have some beef now. But like, whatever the answer is, like they'll clearly get some answers. Like they will get some Gloam answers. I don't think they'll get much more than that right now. Maybe they can get something from themselves about Moloch.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can get some clues as to, like I was saying, what his motivations could be. But in my opinion, it definitely feels like he said it himself. He's using the child. And I don't think the child will serve, like, as you guys were saying, like, you could turn on the child. Like, I don't think that the child will win out here. I do think, like, it's all about taking over for the Shadowfell at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of, do you go and try and have the Spider Prince do a heel turn?
Have a conversation with him away from the spinner. Do you go and do that? Or...
I mean, now's your opportune time to do that with him being back in the Shadowfell.
Yep.
Presumably.
We might have to pivot away from the dragons and go for the Radiant storyline. Because, like, I was thinking about that last week. Because I was like, well, we have so many directions we could go in. And, like, anything's a possibility. And Ben's been happy to take the story backseat for a while.
Yep.
But I'm starting to think this might, in my opinion, I think the smart thing to do would be to pivot to the Feywild and try and stop him or talk to him while doesn't have the spinner in his ear. Because the spinner probably cannot go through another barrier. Probably can't.
Or at least not potentially for a period of time.
Yeah. So
right.
it might be time to go to the Feywild. I mean, they're pretty close to the barrier. Why not? Why not go?
I mean, like I said, it's literally like being in that chapter 3, right? And having that open world and going like which of these places.
The party is going to have a frank conversation after
about
they talk to themselves.
It'll be interesting to see whether that second kind of,
and they have to go to Barun. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one.
Or Barun is the other option, is like option 4, right?
Yeah.
Of the,
it's a tough one.
It'll be, it'll be interesting to see now how that pivot happens, right?
Yeah.
And themselves fast travel.
They can always find out if the children ever got the message, like ever sent somebody to Barun, because they were like, we'll try.
Yeah, I wonder if we end up with an arc here of a couple episodes of cleanup, where they make friends with this Gloam lieutenant.
This Gloam fellow.
Captain, lieutenant, whatever.
Gloomy dude.
Turn the Gloam that are here in this camp.
That
shut
one guy
down,
who's definitely dead because he got burnt alive. Been stuck in the burnt horrible room.
Yep.
Pepperoni.
And then basically go out, clean up.
Yeah.
Heal a bit, essentially, heal the populace a little bit here. And then use that as an opportunity to kind of springboard off. And maybe there's an opportunity to convince themselves that he should let the kobolds out, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There is a storyline to kind of, there's a thread to pull on there if that's what they decide they want to do, right?
Yeah.
That's very nation building-y. That's not really this group, but
very exciting. I mean, they're always going to have the barrier of being like, I mean, again, here's the other thing. They've not been back to, and I love that I get to pivot to this. The group, the only like problem with all of this and with all of these plans is it's been a while since we've had to really address it. But like, there's always going to be inherently a bit of resistance to the help. Again, in terms of the being able to, I don't know, nation build, bring people together, that kind of thing. There's one big problem with that. They're currently still known as god killers, thanks to the big Barabask-shaped fudging, public service announcement in the sky.
Maybe
and
this
brings me onto a thing where I want to ask, what the fudge is Barabask doing in the middle of all of this? I have thoughts, but the funniest thing is just the note I have on this episode is just like, what is Barabask doing? ?
I mean, this would be the opportunity. This would be the opportunity to.
Crazy.
I mean, if in cleanup, there's your arc, right?
Yeah.
Clean up the mess. So that you can have a strong footing in Reliquiae to go then do what you need to do in another realm.
Yeah, and so you can come back and basically not get instantly ambushed.
Yeah,
because I mean, they're going to go to this next realm. It's going to be the same thing. They're going to still be like
not get insta killed, right?
Yeah.
That would be an interesting cleanup arc, if you will, with Barabask being that Barabask fight, or here's your other opportunity for the heel turn, right?
Here's the thing.
Did you really realize who you were allying with? No, I didn't. Or they had my family, whatever kind of explanation.
I'm just interested in why Barabask.
Why Barabask?
I'm just interested in why Barabask is. How Barabask? Why, how, and who Barabask? What
Nobody
Barabask?
ever asks
when
how
Barabask?
is Barabask.
How is Barabask?
I'm wanting to know all of the what, when, why, how, who, where, what.
I know how Radiant wants him to be.
Yeah, I would have,
but
I would have to go back and listen to the whole themself discussion, referring again back to our friend Elfenriel, who literally.
I think I have it in my notes. The bit where he was talking about Barabask, right?
One moment. I think themselves said something about Barabask being fearful or something to that effect.
Yeah,
right?
Hold on. I definitely have it. I definitely wrote it down.
Or fearful or prideful or something like that.
Yeah, it was thinks, okay, here we go. Themself does not like Barabask, thinks of him as a usurper, a new god while an old god lives deep within the earth. He thinks that Barabask is more a slave to fear than themselves, a coward with lofty ambition, and a heart that is weak.
Yeah, so is this your opportunity to kind of Barabask redemption arc? I don't know.
I'm just really interested because like my read on this whole situation, and it's like I kind of sort of been holding on to this for like a bit, but like I'm just convinced that Barabask was, I mean, pre all of this, because I mean obviously Barabask is obviously working with the web and with the globe because of the everything that has happened, like. Where Barabask fits in is obviously like a big question, but like my main thing is I'm thinking that Barabask was like always an agent of the web. Like I just think that Barabask has been an agent for the web, or like he's been involved in the web juice.
Yeah, he was a bit shady even in episode 1 and 2, to be honest.
Because it goes back to this whole big thing again. We're talking about all that kind of stuff. Spider Prince goes up and it's like I'm gonna run up and I will solo her times by 8, like all of the gods. But like again, it comes back to that big question of why send the party to Mount Atria in the first place.
Well, Yeah, I mean, that's literally the first note I made on like minute 3 or whatever of the episode, which is
why send the party?
Yeah, like why send the party? If you are gonna, if you know all of this, surely you want to keep these guys as far away from this.
Here's what my theory
this
is.
situation as possible.
But they didn't know that Radiant had the deck. They didn't know that Kel had the necklace. They didn't know at the time. So
Had to play it smart.
So was sending them, like, not necessarily a coincidence. Did they choose these guys because they wanted to get rid of them, for them to be the fall guys, and only find out that they really were the guys they should have gotten rid of?
They should have gotten rid of?
Or is there something else? Because they said that Dolly was the reason the spinner knew that Radiant had the deck. And they didn't she didn't tell him that until after Mount Atria. And Kel always kept the necklace hidden. Harry confirmed that either in the last action surge or, that Kel always kept it under his clothes. And even the spinner said, I didn't make the connection until now. So was it that this was a group that they wanted to maybe test Dolly and sent Dolly with these guys in the hopes that, like, either Dolly or somebody else would get rid of them and then they could bring Dolly back into the fold and raise her up? Was the only important person in this group Dolly? I mean, obviously Dolly was also spying on Radiant, so clearly they wanted something from Radiant because his story didn't make sense. Kel was the son of the tree speaker. They wanted information on these people. We don't know, though. Obviously it wasn't a coincidence, but it also isn't that they knew, because they didn't know. They didn't know that Radiant was from the Feywild and had
they
the
certainly
deck.
didn't know what they know now, but you would figure, and maybe this is just like making this guy more powerful than he actually is, right? But you would figure a god of the, based on what themselves has said and articulated at this point, if the spinner is a Shadowfell god, he would know what an Eladrin looks like.
Yeah, maybe that's why he was suspicious of Radiant.
And as you say, maybe that's the reason for the observation, right? Not necessarily knowing that he has the deck, not knowing the significance of him. We still don't really know the significance of him. He could just be some guy, right?
And I mean,
or he could be incredibly important.
Yeah,
right.
And then Elowen was a Grenweird. They knew that. And I is the only kobold anybody can find. So they are all very important. But they didn't know how important, how important some of them were in the long run.
If we're going on that theme of everyone again being part of that like group for a reason, or or just be like, let's put all of these people in the groups, we can tie off the loose ends as appropriate. Like, here's the thing, let's
Dolly would have done it probably at the beginning.
Here's my thing. The first thing I want to say, and this is just a side adjacent thing, and I don't want to sort of go into that, but the other idea I sort of had, if, to fix the inconsistency with, like, what would Moloch know as a god versus, like, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I think a lot of this potentially could be fixed if maybe if he isn't a god, I'm going to bet if he isn't a god, he's like effectively a spicy, a vile antique or spicy variant.
Sure. Yep.
Those are like gonna be, if not that one, it's put my chips down for that one. I think that solve a lot of those things as well.
Which would mean that he would also then know.
No, I mean, he's essentially like
he would know the actual story, because that's the whole essentially the whole point.
And he'd also be a Fel Barabask essentially.
Yep.
Which is interesting. What's up with that? Like, but. Anyway, getting on to the actual thing that I was looking to say. My interpretation of this is, like, I honestly think that obviously Barabask didn't know. I want to say for a second, there's maybe a chance I'm also be completely wrong. Maybe Barabask didn't know, and genuinely called on the web services to get help with the Mount Atria trip, because Morgan made it sound like this was a sort of a thing that is like not abnormal. I don't, but So I think maybe again because Barabask, I genuinely just think Barabask was just in the web generally beforehand because that would be the most. I think that would be so interesting.
Yeah, to have one of the Antiqua in the
In your
web.
pocket?
Have in your pocket already is like friggin' amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The spinner and the spinner and co who like and Spider Prince who know that this group that they've got the bag. They have the bag. Bring sort of this sort of group up there so to get them involved, tied up into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Again, we've talked about Kel, we've talked about Radian, and Elowen being a Grenwid. They're gonna know we need to shut down the Grenwids. Elowin's our way to freaking get into the weakest part of to basically get into the Grenwids thing. I, being the only kobold, they're like, okay, we couldn't kill. Spider Prince comes back and is like, I couldn't kill them myself. I couldn't find them. They're like, okay, we have this we managed to score a lucky goal, and we've got one kobold, and that kobold might lead us directly to them. I think that's honestly the play. That's why you have all of these guys together, and then Dolly's just like, bring it home, girl. Bring it home, girl. We're friggin' trusting you on this one.
Yeah, something occurred to me while you were talking. We said that Barabask was ambitious, but also weak. Do we think he made a deal with the spinner and the Spider Prince to get put onto the Antiqua? 100%, I'm starting to think so.
Yeah, this is like kind of what I'm feeling like. Barabask. I mean, absolutely. Yeah. I just think that's what it is. And then
there's something I want to call him for funsies that I shouldn't, but like you guys know how I talk. I'm sure you can figure out what I want to call him.
We just don't. This is one of these where we're obviously well into the speculating wildly at this point, but we just don't know enough about that time to know how the Antiqua were chosen, why they were chosen in that way, whether there are even, what the whole kind of point of the Antiqua was to act as a kind of shield for the fact that they made all these choices to basically lie to the citizens. So if you're not, if you're in this,
just lying about it because they all gave up.
Going back to what you were saying about, whether Moloch is a kind of, Antiqua of the Shadowfell. Well, if you don't have to lie to everybody because you literally your thing of power is essentially the actual histories, not the kind of Cole's Notes redacted version, right? Then you don't need a kind of like middle management layer, right?
Unless you don't tell the truth, unless you don't share that totem with the populace.
I guess
we don't know if it's shared with the populace.
We certainly don't, and we don't know what we don't know enough, and we don't know what species come from the Shadowfell.
Well, except for Carl.
Yes. We've got a monster. Didn't we have isn't one of the deck of many friends?
Oh, yeah. The hero of the Shadowfell.
Hero of the Shadowfell?
Yeah, that was Rebs.
Her name.
Reb Ford.
Yeah, Rebs.
Let's look at the
Warframe.
As the deck
it was in 22. It was a 22 pull.
Rebel last.
Yes.
Yep. Towering figure with a single eye.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting. I still think we have things to learn about why they were chosen, why they sent them up the mountain together.
I think it's just funny
way to get rid of people.
Yeah, I also just think it's funny because like it's something that I think if the cast were like if the characters in it were asking more questions or trying to think about that, obviously those kind of answers would be something that would
Except for
naturally
Ben.
gravitate to.
Ben's been trying to get them to ask these questions.
He's been going for the
for
big fun of like, why were we
episodes.
ever put together? He's
Every
not really
once in
been
a
asking
while-
like, why have we been going to
Yeah.
Mount Atria?
Every
mean,
once in a
it's-
while he's like, can we loop back real quick?
Yeah,
I
can
have
we-
one question.
Yeah.
As chaotic as Ben is, he kind of is trying to like figure out some of the important questions.
He is definitely. Ben is.
A
Definite-
fascinating
Of all
individual.
time is a player of all time.
He,
What a guy.
he is definitely trying to think about the big picture and not just the next thing that's in front of them, which I think is interesting. Obviously. And he tried to do it again, right? At the
Yep,
beginning
yep.
of this episode.
He even kind of talked a little bit about worrying about the big picture as Radiant,
Mhm.
and like what they should focus on, and
Yep.
you know, because he
Um,
knows they have a lot of ground to cover, and it's nice that Radiant, for all of his faults, to be like, you know what, guys, we have a lot of places we need to go right now.
yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of places we need to be. Unfortunately, we can't be in all of them at the same time.
No.
Unless, as you say, Harry, that themself is the fast travel is the fast
I
travel
was like,
system.
can themselves fast travel the party to Barun?
Put the party on their back and just zoom.
Yeah,
Click his heels together and
click his
zoom.
heels together,
Yo!
and we're all good, right?
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Teleport. Should we talk about? So you spend a lot of time, obviously, talking about overarching what this all
overarching
means.
stuff.
Yeah.
What did we think about? Let's maybe focus a little bit on the combat for
Oh yeah.
a wee second.
This
Obvious-
Pegasus looking from Yu-Gi-Oh motherfucker.
I
Not the camera freezing at that exact
at that exact moment.
that
I don't know if we've lost him completely or not, but
was
What is happening? What is happening?
that was
Oh,
honestly the
you're back.
funniest bit of comedy I've seen in a long
Hello?
time.
yep. Hi, Harry.
Hi Harry. Your video is frozen, but
Hi.
we can hear you.
We
Oh,
here?
oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
oh,
you're
oh.
good.
He moved?
He's semi back. He's not back. He needs to restart.
He got nerfed because he tried to say a bad word.
Yeah. He got slapped down by his god.
I hope Alex clips that one day.
The combat in general, while we're waiting for Harry to rejoin us,
Yeah.
the first of all, I listened to the episode first because I was coming back on the train, so I listened to it podcast
Yeah.
only, or audio only, and then watched it afterwards. And boy, it's a
Right.
different vibe with them talking about the minis but not being able to actually see them.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
a weird. It was a weird experience.
Yeah.
But I mean, Mark's stuff is obviously fantastic, and we need to get him back on here to talk about it. But ladies and gentlemen, his god really has killed him
Oh,
for trying to
God.
say a bad word.
Yeah, that's what you get for saying a bad word.
He's been bare-basked.
He twitched and then he froze again. It's really funny. There he goes. He's back.
He's back, sort of.
What the heck is going on? I apologize for everything. I mean nothing. I meant nothing. I
Honestly,
apologize profusely.
Harry, it was hilarious because you literally got caught off at like and you got cut off, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I couldn't handle it.
You'll be able to
couldn't
My
watch.
handle it.
career is over.
You'll
It's
be able to
over.
watch it back on
It's so
YouTube
good.
later.
It's so good.
My career ends. It's over. I was genuinely trying to say mother flipping.
So
Like yeah.
I was just saying to
My
Shan
career
while
is
you
over, and I
were
solemnly apologize.
away there that
Mhm.
because I listened to the episode first, audio only, and then watched it subsequently. It was a really weird experience to have them talking about the minis but not be able to see them. And obviously, you guys watched it together live on the watch party, and Mark's stuff is fantastic. How did you guys feel like it did feel like the vibe of the fights, and I think Harry even said this on Action Stars, the vibe of the fights is very different when the minis are there. Everything just kind of is at that kind of next level, right?
Yeah, usually when he has the minis, it's an important fight, or it's like a consequential fight, or it's like one where he wants you to pay attention. Because otherwise you don't really need the minis if like you can pretty much have him explain where people are. But like if there's an important mechanic or there's an important story beat, there's gonna be like the minis. So I think the vibe does change a little bit because they know that the stakes are a little bit higher, things are a little bit different when they see that minis set in front of them, when they see the playing field literally laid out in front of them.
Yeah.
I know I would.
It's
like when you play a video game and you walk into a set piece, right? And if it starts off with like a particular cutscene or like, you know, showing you something in the distance, you know what you're fighting towards.
Oh boy, the circular arena in this big room.
Yeah, or like when you're walking into like Stone here in 16 and you see the behemoth coming down, you're like, oh well, I guess I'm gonna have to fight this thing. And then like even then when you beat that, it focuses on the mother crystal and you're like, okay, well, I have to get to that mother crystal. This is important. All the people are gone, but I have to get to that. Like it's that kind of or even like simpler twin side.
Yeah.
You know, like everything is important there, but you don't know why. Because they're not your whole point is to get to the end so you can find out what's happening. And that you get rewarded after you play the whole section by finding out what happened. But yeah, essentially that. Like it's when something sets you up to have a different expectation from what you've been doing, you treat it more seriously or whatever based on the vibe that you're given by it.
Yeah, I mean, I think like, yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you on that. I mean, the idea of like the theater of the mind, it's the theater of the mind versus like the game boards. Theater of the mind is like is D&D obviously is like a conversation, but theater of the mind more so is presenting situations and having conversations on that theoretical level. When it's laid out in person, the thing is that it's the difference between the conversational side of D&D. But when you have like a battle map, and again, they talked about how it's all like spacing and, you know, positioning is so like important. It's, you know, you're thinking about it differently because it's tactical. It's fantasy chess. It's chess with extra steps.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest. Yeah, it's, you know, chess with crazy magic moves. Like I've kind of been, again, I play in like a theater of the mind game versus a game with like actual, you know, like maps and stuff like that. I honestly vastly prefer like, you know, the maps, to be perfectly honest, and I like that because I like going very analytical with all of this kind of stuff and expressing, and I find it easy to express myself through the actions that I do. But like, yeah, it's just that difference where theater of the mind, yeah, it's just physically just a lot more of that. The process fundamentally, you're just thinking about what your characters are just doing within the space, and you have the ability to do it. The ultimate cause, or with battle maps, is why it's different, is because you do have restrictions that are immutable ultimately, unless you have unless you have a spell. I forget what the spell is. It's like a level 8 spell. Mirage Arcane. Unless you have Mirage Arcane. Mirage Arcane, which is basically, hey, GM, can we use a different map, please? It just lets you I think it's a spell that lets you just transform the entire terrain. I might just be wrong, but there is a spell that does that. It's crazy. It basically meant, yeah, cool, you'd like this arena? We're changing the arena. A different arena now.
Let's read it out, shall we?
Yeah.
Mirage Arcane. You make the terrain in an area up to 1 mile square look, sound, smell, and even feel like some other type of terrain. The terrain's general shape remains the same. However, open fields or a road could be made to resemble a swamp, hill, crevasse, etc. Right. Similarly, you can alter the appearance of structures or add them where none are present. The spell doesn't disguise, conceal, or add creatures. 7th level illusion. Yeah. But it takes 10 minutes to cast. That's the other thing.
Yes. Yes, and this is why the GM shouldn't have given that character basically a one-time freebie can convert any casting duration to 1 action. That's why you don't do that. Shout out to Miseristes, the character who broke the final boss. Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of like my vague thoughts. Sorry, I'm still completely thrown off and worried that I'm going to get kicked off by the D&D demons for my sins.
For your sins.
For his sins.
Yeah, I mean, there was obviously mechanically, and we'll probably talk about the end of the fight here in a second. Ben finding out that actually shield is a really nice spell to have 30 whatever episodes in. Ben,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you finally have come to Jesus and have started to listen. Those defensive spells, boy, are they important. And they dramatically change what can happen. Especially when basically your party has no healers. Is a pretty big thing in that I'm sure the staff of defense is going to be big, or is big now, will continue to be big going forward. Anything else? I mean, we complained about Chromatic Orb again.
I do like that
Harry complained about Chromatic Orb again.
But Harry and Ben were like, let's nerf it. Like, they both were like, that's enough. Let's nerf it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with them, but at the same time, a couple episodes where Ben rolls well and it does a bunch of damage is not really a reason to nerf this.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they both agree that they want to nerf it, that's fine.
Yeah, they said they're gonna figure out the best way to handle it, so it's not, who knows.
Feel it out.
But it certainly did a ton of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I think was interesting about all of that is, of course, Ben could have also cast Fireball and done essentially the exact same amount of damage as well to all of those NPCs. But all of that kind of went interestingly. I do wonder, though, if Harry was prepared for him to have burned all the legendary resistances and for Ben to cast Polymorph. And it's to succeed and having it succeed.
Oh my god. It's an interesting timeline.
But
One which we don't live in.
unfortunately, we didn't get that.
I think I've been forgiven for my sins. Things
It
are
does
looking
appear
better.
so.
Okay.
You know what we did get though? Some sick one-liners.
Yes.
All
There
back
were
and forth, back and forth.
There were many.
This felt like
So
a very
many.
pleasant and non-inflammatory Yu-Gi-Oh battle at times in terms of the levels of one-liners we got and instant hubris from them.
Card-related one-liners.
Dude,
Card-related
this
one-liners.
spinner guy, like, you know, I did not realize he was Pegasus. Like, friggin' getting the heart of the cards. He's got the heart of the cards in this. That was just a
He
note that I
was
should have
trying
had.
to summon
Oh, my
Obelisk
days.
the Tormentor.
Yeah. His overall goal is going to be summoning Exodia by the end.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's gonna be. I think I said in the watch party, I was like, "Oh my god, guys, he's summoning Exodia."
And then he did. Summoned Excalia.
He did. He did.
We need to talk also about the double Domph.
Yeah.
Double Dump.
Oh my gosh.
The Double Dump
Double Domph?
was obviously good. I did find it funny that Harry literally prepared a whole bunch of things to say to the party during the taunt the party phase
Yeah.
of this fight, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, Double Dump.
Yeah.
We've had like, you know, once again we've had like who else in the deck from the Ox Venturers do we have to go now? Because we've had we've had Jane, Andy, and Luke. I don't remember. Is Ellen in the deck? Oh, and Johnny Chiodini. I don't remember if Ellen is in the deck, but is Mike in the deck? Because I'm pretty sure at
let's
least one
look.
of them are. We still got them to go. I think they talked like we're exactly, you know, we're halfway down. We're halfway down the friends list.
Okay, so we got I'm just looking at the deck of many friends page. Mike is in the deck.
Awesome. Right. Still got Mike to go.
So we still got Mike to go.
But yeah. Dang. It's kind of fun that they've all come up. That's been pretty good odds. And of course we also got Sam Lake as well. The very first dog.
As soon as I
Heard him
speak, I was like, but obviously, like, I don't always feel confident enough to say things when like people who know Sam are in the chat. So I just like was like waiting for everyone else to go. It's Sam Lake. It's Sam Lake. I was like, I know that voice. That's Sam Lake. But and the character
just, like,
seemed like
every
such
time-
a Sam Lake character to create as well.
I think as a recurring bit every time, like whenever someone does, I'm just gonna like write in chat, Troy Baker.
Troy
Like,
Baker, yeah,
every
Troy
time.
Baker every
like,
time.
I'll just do that every. I think that would be just funny if we just do that every time now. That'd be funny.
Troy Baker? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
No way. Yeah.
He's so talented. He could do any voice.
Yes.
He could be anyone.
He could
Yeah.
be anyone at any time.
He could be anyone.
Wait, no, that's themselves.
And Holly put, as promised, Holly put the full description of Prince Bellamnor Bolompa Markkanen in
That's
the
such a name.
fandom. So if
Sam
you want to
Lake.
read the full
the full
explanation,
official lore.
then it's right there.
Yeah.
The
Oh boy.
the drum is huge and will be huge going forward. Having
Yes.
+1 on spell save DC and everything is huge. Absolutely huge.
Magic items.
Also, I found it very interesting that his parting words were, "You must do what I did not." It's like, did he
Hmm.
want to get rid of this guy? Did he like?
Or have the
What?
opportunity to.
Yeah, because like he was very scared when he saw him. Like very scared. Like they've never had a reaction like
Yeah.
this from someone they pulled from the deck. He was like not
Bo-
comfortable being there.
both of them did, right?
Yeah, but I think I think Grisha didn't need as much convincing.
No.
Like Ben had to do intimidation versus persuasion on this guy. Like they had to do a contested role to just talk to him because he was trying to run. He was trying to book it out. Like Grisha at least was like, "Oh, that's that's not good, guys."
Mm-hmm.
But like, no, he was gonna run. So you know, I thought it was really cool that like they had the contested role, and then you know when they won it, and it was something for Dolly, which is like, you know, it's nice that through a proxy, Radiant was able to give Dolly a present, a beautiful, fun little drum. But yeah, he was not gonna stick around. But like, I'm genuinely curious if like, you know, before the truce or before like it was like, oh hey, we're gonna lie about the truth. I really want to know like. Did he want to kill this guy? Did he have a chance to kill this guy? Like, to stop him? Like, was there something else at work way back when? Who knows?
I think we're gonna have to kill this guy.
Grizz is like,
We're gonna have to kill this guy. Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to kill this guy.
Go ahead, Shan.
I was just trying to get to my notes about lots of fun stuff going on. First of all, coolest powers can give information on a creature or like, you know, and
Yeah, I
so
mean,
Randy
that
was like, "Tell me
almost-
everything about the spinner."
Tell me, yeah.
Tell me his social security number. Tell me his bank account details.
I mean, that
how's he doing
really-
financially?
That really could have. That really had the possibility of throwing a wrench right into the middle of what Harry was trying to do, right?
Yeah.
With that fight. But, and probably trying to, I'm sure we could talk about this episode for another hour at least and speculate wildly, but trying to kind of bring this a bit to a close so we can do our predictions and all that jazz.
Yeah.
How close were we to a total party wipe
Very.
here, guys?
So close that Ben was willing to try and give up the deck to stop it from happening. There was fear in that man.
I liked the difficulty of this. I think
Yeah.
I think this was good. I liked a lot of this.
It was deceptive as well because I don't know if they thought, oh well, we can kill the spinner here, and of course they didn't.
No.
They didn't get him to 0 HP anyway, so things didn't happen. But the AOE spells and effects from the characters, from the NPCs, really, yeah, it was really close to being like, we're done. They die here in this cavern, right?
Yeah.
I mean, especially just like the whole contested check things, trying to like, again, trying to Yu-Gi-Oh some of these trying to Yu-Gi-Oh some of the party members.
Yep.
Yeah.
It maybe it
Interesting.
does make them, or Dolly and Kelnus in particular, Aoife and Doug as players get together off camera and be like, you know, we need some healing spells
How can we
Yeah.
avoid this?
because, or we need some we need mass healing word. We need to take some of these spells, right? So that when the situation like this happens, we don't have like half the party on 30 to 40-ish HP, and then basically one higher level spell can kill all of those characters in one round, right? yeah, I guess we'll see
Yeah.
how they react. Ben has learned.
Yep.
We'll see if the rest of them learn.
So I had two quick last things, and you bringing that up kind of helps me segue into one of those things. So, you know how, like I said, Ben said he was willing to give up the deck because he knew it would come back to him. While he was talking about that, I continued to have thoughts that could be Radiant Rizzler theory, but also like allowed me to kind of come up with more thoughts about the deck. So I thought to myself, is it that the deck is bound to Radiant because he came through the barrier with it, which is a totally like possible situation. He brought it through the barrier. Now it is his. It is intrinsically linked to him. But also because I'm in the Rizzler theory, I wondered if he was either like with Thalon or the whole Thalon connection, if it's bound to him because it was given to him by the goddess, like, this is, I need you to protect this. This is yours because you are special. Like, kind of for any reason. But like, obviously I'm hoping it's Rizzler theory. Is that why it's connected to him? It just like, now that we have these kinds of, you know, we know that it's from the Feywild and it's a totem for the Feywild. It just kind of brings up more questions. It's like, why is it? But I would like to think it's tied to the Radiant Rizzler theory because as like Harry before me with the Radiant Reborn theory, everything must tie back.
Everything must tie back.
But yeah, him bringing that up, like the fact he's like, oh, well, yeah, if I gave it to him, I figured it would come back to me, which also made me ask, but what if it doesn't? Because you're giving it to the guy who created it. What if it doesn't come back to you, bro? Be careful.
Yeah, or he takes it through the portal.
Yeah, and then what? Then what?
But
Benjamin?
we've already had all sorts of weird stuff happen with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly would have been an interesting dilemma for our good DM Harry to decide, well, what does happen?
What does happen?
In keeping with Harry the mod, not the DM's suggestion, perhaps, that our good friend Moloch is a Shadowfell virtuous, or Antiqua, excuse me. What if Radian is a Feywild
He could be.
Antiqua?
And he doesn't know.
He could be.
Yeah. Maybe they're all
They have
Antiqua.
that sort of thing. Yeah. I mean, but it's weird though, because Thalon was no longer the god of the Feywild, and if she was like taken from him in any way, shape, or form, whatever the meaning of she was taken from me, they will know how I feel, whatever that means, she can't be his because she's not technically a goddess of the Feywild anymore. Like, she is, but she isn't. Like, you know what I mean? She's not there. She's given
She's
up
not
her
there,
post.
but we don't know.
Just a question. It's just
Yeah,
a
we don't
question
know
to
to
consider.
100%. We don't know to what
Yeah.
extent.
Why was she taken from you, Radiant? What does it mean?
Yep.
Explain.
And maybe we'll get the opportunity to ask that. They'll get the opportunity to ask that question in more detail.
Yeah.
Here in the next episode, because I feel like we've got like an hour and a half of exposition with themselves and our good friend Carl.
Carl. Speaking of Carl,
Yes.
Harry, you're
Hi.
not watching this podcast, not you.
Oh.
You're not watching this podcast, Harry, but we have beef. Because when you did Action Surge, you and Ben decided how Carl was spelled. But you didn't tell me that. Because when we had the watch party, we all jokingly asked you, and I said, tell me the truth, because I need to write it in my notes, Harry. And you told me a different spelling. So imagine my surprise when I watched Action Surge yesterday. And you already had a spelling for Carl.
DM's rules.
And I think that was the one that Holly shared with us, now that I think about it. But then Harry changed it. So is it that the monster Carl is spelled the way that Harry told us, and the character
and the other
Carl's...
Carl.
I need to know. I need to find out. Harry, you're not listening, but I swear to God, now we have beef, and I need to know what the truth is, because I misspelled this thing so many times because it is so hard to remember the order of the letters. But now I go and watch Action Surge, and Ben is telling me it's spelled a different way. Beef. We have beef.
I think if Harry were here, he would say, "Don't listen to Ben."
But Harry helped him. Harry helped him. Harry helped
He did
spitball it. So he is not blameless here.
He is not.
Not
I do give the
blameless.
man some credit, given that was like 5 weeks ago or something that they recorded.
We will be fighting in the
So
streets later.
they literally just recorded 39 this weekend, I think, this past weekend. So, yeah, they're close to where we are in this
Yes, they are very close.
whole thing. So cool. Anything else you want to say on 38? There's probably many things we could say, but anything important that we should say?
I think I hit most of my notes.
You're doing good, Mark from Crafted Campaigns.
Yeah.
Mark's
That
doing
was
fantastic.
Horrifying guy. Horrifying Carl.
We will need to get Mark on soon
Yeah.
to talk about a whole, probably, I think we have 4 episodes of minis that he didn't talk about the last time he was on.
Yeah.
All banked up.
So, yeah, we'll have to get him back.
I stabbed my finger on my D4.
Don't do that. It's not a good feeling.
It was an accident. I was poking my dice and my finger came down on my D4.
All right.
I think we can call it there.
Predictions for 13-9.
Oh, brother.
Oh no. I can crack this one out. I've got
Go,
one.
Harry.
I know that this time for sure, we're going to learn how the rings of the gloam actually work. Gonna learn what the fudge all of that is about.
Okay.
They're gonna ask
that's
him.
reasonable.
They're gonna ask the question and they're gonna get an answer.
All right. Let's write that down then.
All right, hold on.
Let's get Jazzy's 39 prediction.
Yeah, let's quickly cover that 39 prediction. I'm scared to open up any app.
The party
break the internet.
get to choose where they go next, but there will be consequences for where they don't choose.
Yeah, like that's
That-
if they say, for example, if they choose the dragon one, then the dragon route, then Baroon's gonna
Baroon
fall.
falls.
If they choose Baroon, then they're not gonna be able to get to the dragon. If they, and also like the Feywild, he's gonna friggin' fail over the Feywild. If they go to the Feywild, I'll
Kill
let
the
you.
Fey gods. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how Jazzy will be able to tell whether your prediction has come true or not until maybe 10 episodes later, but
Oh, wait, is that
I think it's
Jazzy's
no. It's, I
act?
think
that's
it's one of those
Jazzy's.
things.
Okay,
I
hold
was
on.
literally
put it
reading
under
out
review.
Jazzy's. Yeah.
I think
Sorry,
it's.
I hadn't read his yet because I was running home from work.
I think for this to be right, it's like a discussion about like those things about what they need to do next, and a frank and honest conversation about that. Like there will be consequences for not doing this
All
that
right.
are telegraphed. I think if there were consequences to like they'd kind of be like telegraphed in that way in as part like the discussion, because it's like the thing of the are you sure you want to do this? You cannot return after this point.
Yep.
In the video game RPG of this.
Yep.
So like I think if those conditions are satisfied, I think we'll get there.
There will be consequences for this decision. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll let Shan go last.
Yeah,
Unless
I'm
she
still
wants to go
thinking
next.
about it. No, I'm still thinking about it.
I feel like, given the foreshadowing that we had in the last episode,
Okay.
I'm just gonna go with they have their chat and they go through the portal.
Bold. Very bold. Very bold.
Now, I think the chances of that happening are about like 0.05%, but
You are casting that dice. You're
I
casting
am-
that dice so hard.
I am swinging for the fences on this one.
Considering they almost went down, and they're probably really low health right now as well.
Yeah, great time to go through a random portal to the Shadowfell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shan.
I think I think since we've already seen a bit of it, I think that themselves might have a change of heart about their choices to like hide. I mean, obviously they already did. They came out and helped. But like seeing now that they know that there is like a shadow god who's trying to make the shadow fall, I think that might change
The
a little bit of
significance of this.
perspective. Yeah.
And so close to home as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all the themself plan relies
There's
on
a
them
good-
not being found.
Yeah, there's a good chance even that what if the spinner did know that that's where the old dark was. He was summoning quite a creature. Even if that was clearly being planned, right? That wasn't something the party just like maybe made him do. I think he probably was thinking about already doing it to attack maybe the old dark to find a way in.
Yep.
So I think the possibility is there. Just like the possibility that he planned this because he knew Dolly was nearby. I think there's a million possibilities. Because he did look at them and say like, oh, you guys end up in the strangest of places. So I don't necessarily know that he expected them to come to the cave. But I think there's a good chance, a better chance, that he was going to try and get into the old dark and was using the mushroom operation as a cover because the children were not allowed below a certain level. So I think the mushroom farming was in part, like a part of the big plan, but
Just
I think it was also
convenience,
a cover.
right?
Yeah. So in that aspect, I do think maybe this will change things for themselves because now, the danger was going to threaten the home. And even if they tell him what Grizza said about any of it, like Grizza's perspective, that Grizza knew that this was something that themself was considering. I think there's a chance that perhaps perspectives might shift a little on that.
Here's a yes/no addition to your prediction.
Yeah.
Chat.
Okay.
Will Grizza be mentioned in the conversation that is likely to happen now with himself?
I think yes. I think I would, because I asked before, are there kobolds in the deck?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think now that conveniently they pulled a kobold. I think it's
all right.
I think Alex is very good at asking the questions you think Alex is going to ask. So
we'll see if we'll see if 5 weeks later he remembers.
Yeah, we'll see. He wasn't even there for
he wasn't there for action search, right?
Yeah. I'm trying. I don't think I have anything else. I think
that's a good.
We've covered the spread. I think
that's a good prediction. Yeah.
Sorry, Good almost clawed my hand.
That's a good prediction.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we're done with the spoilers. It is that time. Mop up. Or mop down, as the case may be. Mr. Mod the Nut DDM.
The mop. I've got no space to use the mop. There we go. Mop.
Excellent. Any other business before we roly-poly and initiative and all that jazz?
I don't think so.
Thank you very much, Jazzy, for agreeing to come on and then not feeling well and not being able to come on. We will get you back.
Get well soon.
Get well soon. Indeed,
well
that is my any other business. Let's roll some poly, shall we?
Yeah. Let me get the tower. Let me get.
Oh, you're gonna do it in the tower.
Let me get Tamuel.
We just roll it.
Did you send your pictures to Mark
Of what?
of the tower?
Which ones?
He was asking for close-up pictures of the tower. from
Oh
people.
shoot! No, I can send him.
Yeah, send him some.
I've been very absent from the server. Like it's hard for me to be present when I'm
If
tired as I have been. Yeah.
well, and if you're working, Shen. Like,
yeah, it's very hard to be present already. I work a very detached job. It's not going to be good again, gang.
all right.
Calculator, please. There we go.
70, 80, 90.
Oh, also, if anyone's going to be at New York Comic Con, not that I think any of our listeners are going to be there, I'll be there for one day on Saturday.
Very cool.
Frick yes.
Yep.
101.
Oh wow. 94.
Excellent.
I lost again. What did you say yours was, Harry?
94.
I was 76. Been on a
That's
really
real good. That's
bad,
respectable.
been on a really bad tear recently on these.
Good. You're on lock with the predictions though.
Yep,
I'm trying.
definitely.
Radiant Rizzler theory is still
It's
in
still on.
action.
It's still on.
We've been stronger than ever.
Maybe we'll get some more Rizlord
Is law.
support.
Rizzlor.
Yeah.
Get some more
who
Riz lore
knows?
for some support in the next episode. Cool. We'll get Jazzy to phone in his roly poly, and then maybe get him to do it again when he comes on next time.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we can roll initiative, do our shoutouts, and get out of here, guys.
Do it.
Okay. I always have so
Ready?
much trouble
I
putting
got
my
a
dice
5
away.
on initiative.
I put my
That's a
D20 away.
4.
Oh no.
Ha! A 19.
Ooh.
Shan. You're either
19.
first or last.
I'll go first.
Do it.
First of all, congratulations to the Pit, my current favorite running show, for winning best drama at the Emmys. Very well deserved, banger of a show. Highly recommend. It's great, but it can be a tough watch for medical stuff, but it's fantastic. Noah Wiley, my man. My favorite TV doctor since the 90s, winning Best Actor. Good for him. Best Actor in a Drama. Happy about that. Shout out to Noah Wiley for everything he's done for me. He's raised me. What else? Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Jazzy, who is not here but wanted to be. I'm trying to think of shout outs. These are always hard. These are just as hard as the predictions. Shout out to the watch party crew as always for making my job easy when I run it. Yeah, that's all I can think of right now. Not
Excellent.
very shouty outy.
Go, Harry.
Shout out to Ryukishi7. Congratulations on her F launch. Congratulations. Congratulations and shout out to you, Doc, and to you, Shan, for winning the predictions. This was meant to be a shout out, but I said congratulations, but
You
it
did.
works either
It's
way.
Okay.
It's all good.
Keeping it short and simple. That's it for me today.
That's all for you.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys, for continuing this wild ride that we're on. We're close to 20 episodes of this thing. We're going to be coming up on a year, in fact, of doing this thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here, it's going to come quicker than we expected.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still trying to put my dice away.
Yeah, definitely shout outs to the watch party. Your message was received at the end of the last Ask Us Anything, I think, where the guys were talking about engagement. So Shan, it will be now on our checklist, I think, to make comments on the YouTube videos at the beginning and
usually
ending
tell
of
them
the
to
watch
make-
party.
Yeah, I usually tell them to make comments.
But
to,
we'll maybe just explicitly say, hey guys,
Yeah.
you should now go to the YouTube video and say
Yeah.
hi from the watch party and bye from the watch party when we finish.
yeah. I always
Just
forget to comment, to be fair, the days that I have to run it.
Yep.
Because I'm always afraid of opening a video when I have a video running and
Yep. I know the feeling.
Yup.
I know the feeling. So yeah, shout outs to everybody there. We got just over a month now until MCM, which will be great. Good to see people there. I think that's it. I think that's a show, guys.
That's the
Nice.
show.
Ready?
Yeah.
Bye.